necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Our movement is about replacing a failed and corrupt political establishment with a new government controlled by you, the American people. The Washington establishment and the financial and media corporations that fund it exist for only one reason: to protect and enrich itself. The establishment has trillions of dollars at stake in this election. For those who control the levers of power in Washington and for the global special interest, they partner with these people that don't have your good in mind. Our campaign represents a true existential threat like they haven't seen before. This is not simply another four-year election. This is a crossroads in the history of our civilization that will determine whether or not we, the people, reclaim control over our government. The political establishment that is trying to stop us is the same group responsible for our disastrous trade deals, massive illegal immigration, and economic and foreign policies that have bled our country dry. The political establishment has brought about the destruction of our factories and our jobs as they flee to Mexico, China, and other countries all around the world. It's a global power structure that is responsible for the economic decisions that have robbed our working class, stripped our country of its wealth, and put that money into the pockets of a handful of large corporations and political entities. This is a struggle for the survival of our nation, and this will be our last chance to save it. This election will determine whether we're a free nation or whether we have only the illusion of democracy, but are in fact controlled by a small handful of global special interests rigging the system, and our system is rigged. This is reality. You know it, they know it, I know it, and pretty much the whole world knows it. The Clinton machine is at the center of this power structure. We've seen this firsthand in the WikiLeaks documents, in which Hillary Clinton meets in secret with international banks to plot the destruction of U.S. sovereignty in order to enrich these global financial powers, her special interest friends, and her donors. Honestly, she should be locked up. The most powerful weapon deployed by the Clintons is the corporate media, the press. Let's be clear on one thing. The corporate media in our country is no longer involved in journalism. They're a political special interest, no different than any lobbyist or other financial entity with a total political agenda, and the agenda is not for you, it's for themselves. Anyone who challenges their control is deemed a sexist, a racist, a xenophobe. They will lie, and then again, they will do worse than that. They will do whatever is necessary. The Clintons are criminals, remember that. This is well documented, and the establishment that protects them has engaged in a massive cover-up of widespread criminal activity at the State Department and the Clinton Foundation in order to keep the Clintons in power. They knew they would throw every lie they could at me and my family and my loved ones. They knew they would stop at nothing to try to stop me. Nevertheless, I take all of these slings and arrows gladly for you. I take them for our movement so that we can have our country back. I knew this day would arrive. It's only a question of when. And I knew the American people would rise above it and vote for the future they deserve. The only thing that can stop this corrupt machine is you. The only force strong enough to save our country is us. The only people brave enough to vote out this corrupt establishment is you, the American people. Our great civilization has come upon a moment of reckoning. I didn't need to do this, folks, believe me. I built a great company, and I had a wonderful life. I could have enjoyed the fruits and benefits of years of successful business deals and businesses for myself and my family, instead of going through this absolute horror show of lies, deceptions, malicious attacks. Who would have thought? I'm doing it because this country has given me so much, and I feel so strongly that it's my turn to give back to the country that I love. I'm doing this for the people and for the movement, and we will take back this country for you, and we will make America great again.
Calling all stations, clear the air lanes, clear all air lanes for the big broadcast.
And it is the big broadcast. Happy Hour News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV for a weird Tuesday. I'm your gracious, occasionally truculent host, Greg Goodell. Stunning sidekick, Pamela Dubuque is here. And guess what?
And Joey, here they are.
Well, my timing is off. I actually felt like I had my act together better yesterday after all of the holidays and all the crazy things and not knowing what day of the week it was. And today I have been mediocre.
Yeah, I understand that. I kind of feel the same way.
I saw Eddie Bader.
Yeah, it was great.
Clothes
on.
on.
Yeah, thank God.
That's an eye wash. That picture made it around.
Apparently, he was the talk of the resort.
Yeah, but what kind of talk? I mean, it's great to be the talk of something, but what are they saying?
All press is good press.
You know what? You're right. Because trust me, I had tons of good press in Miami, but can I tell you a lame ass story? I don't think you've ever heard it. Joey probably has. I got really stupid in 1984. I took this woman to an Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
That did not have a regular bar, just wine and that kind of stuff. You know, Joey, it was all right.
Yeah.
I may have had a little bit too much wine, or the food didn't agree with me, but I'm driving down Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale and I got sick. So I tried to pull off the road. There was a car dealer, but they were closed for the evening. And so I couldn't get completely off Federal Highway, but I got out of the way onto the sidewalk. I got very ill.
Oh, no.
And then the next thing I hear is a knock on the window from a friendly Fort Lauderdale police officer.
Oh, no.
And the car was off. The keys were in the ignition. So I got busted because I smelled kind of whiny.
Yeah.
I think my BAL was like 0.11, something like that. Now, up till that point, I had received scads of great publicity. And I had to go to ironically, I had scheduled a local judge on my morning show. And when I finally got to make my phone call from the Broward County Jail, I called the studio and told them where I was. This is so awful. It's just awful. The judge was there. They were doing the show as scheduled. And I was on a speakerphone. I said, Judge Shutter, is there anything? No.
Uh-oh.
Now, he stayed my friend. I mean, he was.
Yeah, but he's not going to publicly be, oh, yeah, I'll give you a mulligan.
No. So I get out. I still feel like crap. I had to go get my car out of the tow yard. And by the time all of this is wrapped up, I'm getting back to my place around lunchtime. So I thought, gee, I wonder if any of this has made the media. So I put on Channel 10, the ABC affiliate that I eventually worked for. And dear old Ann Bishop was on the screen. First story. South Florida radio personality Greg Goodell was arrested for suspicion of DUI early this morning on Federal Highway. He was found in his Corvette with the back end of the car protruding in the street and blah, blah, blah. The station says we stand behind blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
First story. Now, it's exciting when you get a billboard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your company loves you enough to put you on a billboard. What do you think they're showing? My billboard with my picture and the slug line, there's a nut loose in your radio.
Oh, no.
And then I checked around the other stuff, and then it was in the paper the next morning, and it was not fun. And, you know, for all the stuff I did, there's like a handful of things that many people remember. That's one of them.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I remember when they found you in your Corvette. God, I did some other things. I did some nice things. I founded Kids in Crisis. We raised millions of dollars to help abused kids. I have a redeeming moment or two in my history there, but that's the one thing that it's the one thing that sticks.
Sticks!
Yeah.
Mm.
Damn.
Yeah. And by the way,
It's like that whole one goat rule.
goat.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
What's that rule?
You bang one goat and they never let you forget about it.
You mean like when you're saying go to, you're talking this? That kind of goat?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's an old, very blue humor.
Never been
sort
that
of thing.
drunk.
Yeah. Thank God.
But it takes what it takes, and all these years later, here we are. So that's the show for today.
It's a good show.
We're going to take
Very
requests.
honest show.
Yeah.
Very nice
Look,
soul.
I do not get any joy out of telling a story like that. Believe me, I'm ashamed of it.
But you can't live in your shame.
I know
You
you
let
can't.
it go.
No, you fill your bathtub with shame, and guess what? You're going to smell like shame. Something like that.
Mhm.
What's the
Shame.
yes?
Yes.
Shame.
Yes.
Shame.
Was she naked when she shot that scene?
Yes. Yeah. Fully nude. And yeah, well, the show's been out for ages. She then like kills everybody who did that to her all at once.
What is that?
Game of Thrones.
Oh, I haven't watched that.
Cersei's-
Neither did I. It seemed like everybody else watched. It was one of those
She-
shows like, oh, you're not watching Game of Thrones?
She empowers a religious zealotry called the Faith Militant for her own ends as the Queen Mother or whatever. Her son's the king. And then they turn on her because
Mhm.
she is a dirty, dirty gal, make her walk through the streets completely naked with a nun looking character going, din, 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 shame, shame. And then eventually the whole season is like she gets out finally and they're about to hold her son and like all these other people on trial out this big event. And she blows up the entire place and kills everybody who did her wrong.
Hmm.
And then has the nun tortured for the rest of her life. So yeah, it's a fun show. Yeah.
Hey, we got a lot
Hell
of
hath no fury.
we got calls this morning about our news anchor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you post it on Facebook?
Yes.
I didn't see it. Let me go look at it.
Let's go read about us and see what people think. Would you like half a Milky Way?
Not right now. Thank
I was
you.
desperate for chocolate. I'm going through.
There's some Reese's chocolate hearts there,
Where?
right there. It should, maybe it's under your papers at this point.
Look at that.
Courtesy
Eddie
of
left the-
Byron.
Who?
Byron Sheehy, who hangs out on Tuesdays and Thursdays on my show.
That's nice.
I thought you'd like a couple.
Well, I went to the. You say you did?
No, not right now. Thank you.
It's hard to eat these and do a show at the same time. But I needed chocolate.
Somebody said Greg Burgundy.
That's funny.
Or
It's funny.
Ron Budell.
We don't have many drops from Anchorman.
Mm-mm.
Let's see if there isn't this.
First one is still a hilarious movie.
The second one was terrible.
Yeah. I mean, you can only catch lightning in the bottle ones.
I don't remember the second one, so I guess it was that bad.
There's two movies about TV that are both, like, one's a rom-com, broadcast news, Albert Brooks. That movie still plays, and it's actually a fairly realistic portrayal of what happens, like, in a local TV newsroom.
Albert Brooks is genius too.
Yes, he is. Anchorman's just flat out comedy. Like when they have the war with PBS. They can't do that anymore. PBS is gone out of it.
Well, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting voted to dissolve themselves. Now they're not getting federal funding anymore. But PBS, like local Alabama public stuff, they have been and they can raise money and stay in existence. Like you don't need government funds to do what y'all do. You got enough libs to fund yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they pay themselves very generous salaries in those government funded
Big time.
things. Very big time. But who listens to that? It's a very limited.
I was saying at the end of my show, this is just another example of that we're in the death throes of liberal boomerdom. And I know there are a lot of conservative boomers who hated a lot of stuff like what Hollywood was pushing and stuff was pushing. And I'm imagine knowing you very well, Greg, like you've changed in your life on like how much you consume like the narrative, whether it's entertainment narratives and all these other things. So I think, we're kind of coming out of this multi-decade where the liberal boomer dominated culture and society. And there's all these little vestiges of it that's going by the wayside.
Mm-hmm.
It's great to see it all disintegrate. And there's a realization that this stuff doesn't work. And yesterday, I don't know, since I've got my Facebook page up early on, because I despise Tim Walz. I'm going to have to scroll a little bit here.
Lovely.
Governor Walz likely to drop out of 2026 Minnesota governor's race, according to a report. So I captioned it with Happy New Year to you. In jail.
In jail, yes.
Like from It's a Wonderful Life. And then like less than an hour later, that was quick.
Wow.
He dropped out.
Okay, hold on.
And I really would like to see him in jail. I've got almost 200 on the. Biloxi Gambler is on the phone. We're happy to hear from him. Good afternoon.
Yeah, the state of Alabama gave PBS $4.5 million. Remember that this year.
And what do we get for that?
Public broadcasting. We were going to be the first state that did not fund them, and Kay Ivey overruled that. She went and appealed it. We'd already decided, whatever group that is in the committee or whatever that is in the state, was going to defund, and that was the thing. I mean, not defund. They were not going to pay the money to continue PBS broadcasting. And Kay Ivey stopped it, and then she went to the board or whatever it is, and she appealed it, and they decided to go ahead and pay it. And Arkansas stole our thunder. They're the first state in the nation to withhold funding to PBS. That could have been us.
Yeah.
That was Sarah Huckabee did it, but Kay Ivey wouldn't do it.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I mean,
I love
Alabama
Kay
Public
Ivey.
Television could have kept existing, but I mean, a lot of that funding is to get all the PBS shows on your thing.
Back in the day, and I hate using that term. When is back in the day? What year is that? But in local
I was there,
radio,
whatever it was, trust me.
for most local radio people, the one time a year they got to be on TV was when they were doing their annual fundraiser.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to go on there in line, like, we really need this. And look at all the wonderful things they do, but you got some camera time. And that was
Jerry
a pretty
Lewis.
good tune. But that was
Jerry
the other
Lewis.
one, too. I one time hosted the Midnight 6 slot on ABC in Miami for that. That was a long night. Oh, my God.
Not imagine so.
That's the only time they show anything worth watching on PBS is during the fundraiser stuff. They'll show like Southern Gospel or something like that. They'll show good stuff, and then the rest of the time, it's not unwatchable.
Even the documentaries, that's what I watch.
Mm-hmm.
I found out I have that in common with our friend Jay Quellen.
Well, there's so many other networks now that play. That's all they do is document.
There's some great stuff on YouTube.
Mhm.
Some of it is just AI narrated.
Yeah.
The pictures don't always match, but it's true stories. I love history. That's where the best stories are.
Well, the Smithsonian Channel and the History Channel, they rock.
They do, but I haven't watched them much lately because I don't see anything new happening there.
Mm.
Have you watched Nuremberg?
No.
Good
No.
movie. Well, check it out when you have a chance. Okay.
Okay.
Rich watched it.
Will
on there.
do.
Thank you.
Hi.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought. Feels so awkward. Nuremberg
Mhm.
has,
This is the thing with the Nazis?
yeah.
Okay.
There was what was the other movie that came out? Because the movie Maven talked about it in a couple of segments, where it's about a family, a Nazi family. The dad works for Auschwitz. It's
Oh.
right next door, and they have a nice house.
It's harrowing. Something about silence or like all that you can't see or something.
Well, I may be getting an answer.
It's very much about like turning
Mm-hmm.
Zone of interest.
zone of
That's
interest.
just in from the
Okay.
movie Maven.
Mm.
Zone of interest. It doesn't really tell a story. What it does, though, is show you that in that time, these guys had their jobs and they did them, but outside, when they were home, they were nurturing their kids and telling bedtime stories. Things were pretty normal.
Mhm.
In Nuremberg, Russell Crowe plays Goering. And what they do is show that he wasn't just some wild, flaming lunatic. Yes, his belief systems were warped, and
Yeah.
he absolutely was a horrible human being for what he did, but he was not stupid.
No.
Mm.
And in that movie, and like Zone of Interest, they show you a different side. Like these were just not automated monsters that ran around and killed. They had wives and families, and their normal life. And they show you a side of Goering that's interesting. He was a pretty intelligent guy, and he connects with an American psychiatrist when he's waiting for his trial. But the very last thing you see on the screen in that movie, it's printed. They do those things where they follow up
Yeah.
on who went and did what. And there's a moment of incredible irony. I would call it a surprise ending, in which they tie the whole package together.
Nuremberg. Okay.
Yeah. I love stuff. Did you ever see Death by Lightning?
No.
Oh, Joey, stop with the wrestling.
I'm not watching wrestling.
Well, what are you watching?
Mm-hmm.
Just curious.
No. Honestly, no.
Mm-mm.
Stop that. A lot of religious podcasts. It's kind of boring. But like conversations, just debates people are having.
See, I like things that I can learn something from, but I don't require, here's another thing. And we talked about this a little bit with Ellen yesterday. Pluribus. Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
It's an interesting concept. I intensely dislike the main character in it. And I notice on YouTube, there are videos 20, 30 minutes long that go into doing it with Stranger Things too, since they just wrapped that up, where they explain what happened in the finale or in
There's
the
a
sequence
whole
of shows.
industry. Yeah.
I don't want that. I don't need. I like shows. I'll give you a quick example. I watched one the other day. 20 Things You Didn't Know About. Oh, what was the movie? This is awful.
Yesterday you were talking about Perry Mason.
Thank you. You are so good
Mm-hmm.
at your job. Perry Mason, 20 things you didn't know about Perry Mason. There was all kinds of interesting stuff. Drama with the cast was very tight. The guy that played Hamilton Berger got caught naked at a pot party, and it was briefly a scandal. He was ended up not being charged. There was no evidence, but CBS was going to write him out of the show. Raymond Burr and the rest of the cast said no. He didn't do anything. He wasn't found guilty of anything. He didn't hurt anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want the rest of us, you're going to have to bring him back. And CBS did. That kind of stand-up support is rare in our business. You may have noticed that in your young
Yeah,
career.
oh yeah. No, and the story you started the show with is harrowing. Like, I've said all sorts of stuff over the years. If I screw up big time,
The point
I'll be
being,
getting it and deserve it.
I love shows like that give you insights on the production and, sidebar stories about some of the actors. Raymond Burr didn't want to be Perry Mason. He auditioned for Hamilton Berger's part in that show years ago. And that show still plays. It's still,
Mm-hmm.
an hour of lip diddling entertainment if you need something like that. Good enough to deserve all these years later. The show is
Yeah, like I know everybody's on the Stranger Things kick, and I just never got into it.
No.
And like I've seen enough of when you consume enough media, you see all the big reveals, and I'm like, yeah. And I admit I was into Game of Thrones, like watching it each week that it came out, and had a lot of fun watching it. Don't regret the ending was sped up and sucked, but
was there really a story there, or was it just a lot of
there was a lot of that, a lot of violence, a lot of TNA, but the first 4 or 5 seasons, it's called the first 4, are amazing. Yeah, they're really well done. Political intrigue, great storytelling. But then they ran out of the books. He still hasn't finished the last book in that series. So he was giving them notes, and here's how you could maybe finish a story. And they started to the seasons got shorter, and it became like a cartoon, like how quick they were able to travel and how sped up it was. It didn't have the same nuance and storytelling as it once did. And that happens with a lot of these shows. There are only a few, like The Sopranos is still amazing. Breaking Bad was done very, very well.
Yes.
But there are a lot of these shows that are great, but they don't know how to stick the landing. And I don't knock people for that. It's just it's a really tough thing to do, to tell a damn near perfect story. That's why movies are like in a different category, though. A lot of great movies I haven't seen much in a while.
I will say this. I spend about 90% of my time on YouTube. And I'm finally going to go for it. I'm going to splurge. I'm going to get the commercial-free YouTube with the channels.
That's what I use mostly. But they're trying to pull me and all the other Marvel kids back in with Avengers Doomsday. They're bringing back all the main characters and stuff.
I think
I didn't know that.
I think the Movie Maven is going to discuss the most anticipated movies of the coming year. I looked at the list. I didn't spend a lot of time on it, but 90% of it is franchise stuff.
Yeah, like they're for Avengers Doomsday, Robert Downey Jr. is coming back playing Dr. Doom.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Evans coming back, play Captain America, Chris Hemsworth, Thor, all that stuff.
If you get a chance, search on YouTube for a guy called The Critical Drinker.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. I've seen his
He's
stuff.
great.
His stuff
He
is great.
is so funny. He really writes well.
And one I'm hoping works because I love the story is Christopher Nolan's doing The Odyssey.
Oh yeah.
And if he sticks to landing that movie, the story
Is
itself
that
is
about a
incredible.
spaceship?
No, it's Odysseus getting back home
Jeez.
from the Trojan War.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
The only thing
Western
is, how do
story.
you cast people in 2025 that look like they would have lived back then? Because everybody has plastic surgery.
He's leaning into like the aesthetic is not trying to be historically correct. It's supposed to, it's leaning into being larger than life, which I think is the right move for a story that's about gods intervening. And it's really, at the end of the day, it's a love story. The story begins with his son Telemachus and his wife Penelope, and they're surrounded by all these suitors trying to get her hand in marriage to take his whole kingdom. And he's trying to get back home from the war, and Athena and Poseidon and all the other gods play their hands in it. The story's amazing. It's a classic story, but if he can adapt it to a 2.5, 3 hour movie and stick it, like it'll be, I like Christopher Nolan a lot. He's made some of my favorite movies like The Prestige. So we'll see. He's made some duds.
By the way, let me mention Movie Maven has a Facebook page called Movie Maven VIP, and we're really trying to grow this thing so people can exchange it. It's not no politics or any of that crap. Just suggestions. Maybe a movie you hadn't seen in 30 years and watched again, and it was just as good. So feel free to get on board and share. And we have Hope on the phone.
It's Cowgirl.
Hello.
Who?
Cowgirl.
Oh, Cowgirl.
Cowgirl.
She
Yes,
likes when we talk
she was-
about movies and shows. She is the wise one on
Well, what do we got?
everything.
There's no politics. The market's up 500 points. Life is good. Gas prices are coming
What about
down.
Greenland?
Yeah.
Yeah, Greenland. Yeah, we're going to go to war with Denmark.
So I told Pamela when she was over riding with me, my favorite new show now is Halo.
Based on the video game.
Honestly, I don't
Yeah.
know the video game.
Wow.
Halo.
So it is awesome. Oh my God. It is so good. I'm so trying to get through it, but because I gotta, stop. I'm way home now because I can't wait to finish watching it. And another one I'm waiting on another season of is Wayward.
What's Wayward?
Wayward is a really good show. There's a lot of next season and stuff that I'm, of course, waiting on to come out. But right now, like I said, Halo is if you ever, played the game or know about the game, the series is really, really good.
Eddie just texted me and said Landman is the best thing out right now with Billy Bob Thornton.
I've heard that.
I've heard a lot of good things about that.
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to watch that one yet, but yeah, I see a lot of people seem to be into that show.
Hey, Cowgirl, you ought to, I think young Joey here needs the horseback experience.
What in the world?
I don't know if you've ever heard.
Ride.
When he was a kid, he actually went to a.
Where
Can I
are we
do this?
going?
You're not going to hate me if I do this.
Go for it.
19 seconds of glory. In fact, we have a clip from Joey's experience in the horse camp.
Steve, this is Joey. He's going to spend some time with us. Howdy, young fella. You better get him over to the bathhouse. It's about chow time, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's cooking?
Steak, potatoes, green beans, and I think I seen Cook making pumpkin pies.
That sound good to you, Joey?
Sure does, except for the bathhouse business.
There are swarthy men and bathhouses and
Mhm.
That's
steak
hilarious.
and beans. Well, it was really nice to hear from you.
Yeah, I don't drive a truck anymore, so I don't, I'm not listening as much anymore. And
Well, then buy a truck.
I got out of dump trucking, and now I work at Tractor Supply part time. So
Nice.
we're gonna have a new one right here in Wetumpka. So,
Awesome.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Yep.
There's all kinds of
So-
new things. By the way, latest word,
Yes.
Baumhauer's opening in Millbrook in mid-June.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, and they are gonna have an Elianos out front by Tractor Supply.
That's a thing I don't understand, this Elianos thing. I've seen them here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody there. What do they got? Just coffee?
Coffee, breakfast, some sandwiches.
Yeah, they
I'll have
got
to
some
try it
pretty good
sometime.
stuff.
The
Their
one in
chicken
Prattville
salad
is always
sandwich is
busy.
good.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka,
right.
Deatsville, thriving communities.
They have tons of those little coffee shops popping up in Prattville and
Oh
Millbrook.
yeah. It's always like Eliano Scooters or Dutch Brothers. And
Yeah, the Seven
what's the other
Brew.
one? Seven Brew. Yes. Yep.
I'm faithful to my Duncan as a Yankee.
And I'm faithful to my Hamilton Beach, which makes me coffee twice a day.
All right, y'all have a good afternoon.
You too.
Thank you.
All right, I'll
Great to
see
hear
ya.
from you.
Yes. Bye.
Yeah, I try not to do it as much now because I am trying to read and study and watch other things. But if I want pure escapism, I'll go with like anime, like just Japanese, different. Some of them suck and you bail out on them. Then some seasons are awesome, but it's very different than a lot of stuff. Though
I'm a little bit dug in. I'm trying.
yeah, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't recommend. I mean, Attack on Titan's pretty hardcore, but anime is really emotional. Like when you first show it to somebody who's never watched it, you forget like very, very emotional. Like every bad guy's got a backstory, how they became the bad guy. And like, it's a lot of processing of trauma. And it's almost like in every like show, there's some mushroom cloud. I think they're working things out in their own way. It's interesting.
It is. We haven't taken a break yet.
Oh, well.
We've had a lot of fun.
Well, I'm going to get out of here. I'm tired. I gave blood this morning.
Sammy Smith is coming, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Of course.
They have an emo orchestra coming up. He's got to talk about it. Can't
email
wait.
orchestra?
Emo.
Hard of hearing, I do clean my ears.
You know emo, Greg?
Yeah.
You ever
yeah, they're like big birds.
No.
Not the emo.
No, it's not an emu. Emo.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, singing.
It's a genre of music.
In like a angsty teenage way.
Uh-huh.
Like, tonight will be the night that I will fall for you. Something like that.
Uh-huh.
Or My Chemical Romance, Welcome to the Black Parade.
Mm-hmm.
Great album still.
If you've been waiting in traffic, stuck in a jam, we apologize.
There's an emo orchestra coming.
We will have traffic in a moment. Just want to remind everybody the show is brought to you in part by Clark's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. We've had such a great, long relationship with them. It's an awesome company with top-notch HVAC technicians and plumbers that know how to take a situation, diagnose the problem, and apply a fix. And I highly recommend a Clark's Club membership for $180 because it not only gets you 2 tune-ups, full tune-ups in your home before each seasonal weather change to make sure that your system is ready and up for the job ahead. They may recommend a repair on a particular part. You may need coolant, whatever. You get a discount on parts and labor for that. And they still have 0% financing on some really outstanding units. Now, I bought my new unit from them a little over 3 years ago. It's paid for itself. That's the kind of difference it can make. So if you've had a system that's been 15 or more years, they should last at least 20, and they will if you give them TLC, the love of Clark's. But the new units are super quiet, super efficient, and it has paid for itself in electric savings alone without altering the thermostat 1 degree. Call 277-2125 or visit clarkcomfort.com. That also means you are guaranteed service. If something happens at an odd time on a weekend or at night, somebody will be able to come out and help you. Plumbing problems generally can't wait for the next day unless you know how to shut off your bus. And who doesn't want water? So there you go. 277-2125, clarkcomfort.com, Alabama certification number 09098. Just in time for a fresh update from Skipper and Blue Water News with Sky.
Well, we have an accident on Southern Boulevard at Narrow Lane, right close to the hospital there. Please watch out for emergency vehicles. Had some issues with the traffic lights on the boulevard near Troy Highway. They are operational now. If you were held up in that backup, that's what was going on. Please be cautious out there this afternoon. We have no other issues that we're aware of. Traffic light to moderate all over the area. Come by Thompson Tractor and check out their incredible selection of used equipment. See the machines that get the big jobs done. Thompson Tractor off I-85 just past Taylor Road. ThompsonTractor.com. Buckle up with the J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. Montgomery police have arrested 2 people in connection with a shooting that critically injured a man in August. Tony Hawthorne and Ernest Charles Jackson allegedly conspired to kill Rodriguez Godwin on August 26th of last year. The shooting happened in the area of Mill Street where Godwin was shot multiple times. Montgomery Symphony Orchestra has been awarded a $25,000 grant from the National Endowment of Arts. The funding is from NEA's Celebrating America 250 project honoring American heroes. The grant will support the performance of A Time for Jubilee, which will premiere at the Davis Theater on February 9th. The city of Montgomery closed out the year with 61 reported homicides in 2025. According to the Montgomery Police Department, that number is the same as the 61 homicides recorded in 2024. In 2023, the city of Montgomery recorded 75 homicides. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
Independent Glass has been your one-stop shop for all things glass since 1978. They offer a full range of architectural products, and they're armed with the knowledge and expertise to get even the most demanding job done, big or small. Attention to detail, 24-hour replacement services, and their uncompromising commitment to excellence is why Montgomery's first choice for all things glass is Independent Glass. Call them today at 263-2823 and learn more about what they can do for you at independentglassco.com.
Call Dad. No, Ella, call Chad.
Since 1993, Chad has been showing up, ready to help with whatever your home AC needs. His mission, to serve first. Chad takes the time to understand exactly what you're looking for, and if he can help, he'll walk you through the best options, sometimes even with 0% or low payment financing to make things easier. No more sweating over hot and cold spots, surprise $700 energy bills, or wondering if your unit will make it through another season. Call Chad today at 784-9144. That's 784-9144.
Call Dad. No, Ella, call Chad.
Need some extra cash? Gold and silver are at an all-time high. Turn your old coins, currency, or gold and silver into money at Trademark Coins and Currency, the only coin shop in the River Region with over 40 years of experience. Veteran owned and operated, and proudly serving Montgomery from their location off Vaughn Road. Trademark Coins and Currency is always buying, and free appraisals means there's no pressure, just real value. Make an appointment today. Learn more at trademarkcoinsandcurrency.com. Trademark Coins and Currency. Experience you can count on.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. It's a quiet forecast for now, probably till late week. Tonight, cloudy at times, overnight low temperature down to about 50. Tomorrow, we'll say a sun and cloud mix, but comfortable temperatures. Sure, mid-70s tomorrow, mid-70s on Wednesday, still dry. In fact, even Thursday's high up to about 75, maybe some isolated showers by Thursday. But the main event this week will be rain and the chance of some thunderstorms by late Friday into Friday night. We'll be watching that storm system. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
At CB&S Bank, we've been meeting the needs of our customers since 1906. Need help setting up new business goals? Our line of commercial loans can help you achieve them. Go to cbsbank.com to find a location near you. All loans subject to credit approval, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Introducing the Child Daycare Starter Kit. The fastest way to open a child daycare funded by the government that exists exclusively on paper. Each kit includes pre-approved vibes, paperwork you don't have to fill out, fake operating hours, an empty parking lot, and best of all, no children. Don't take our word for it.
I haven't unlocked the door in 6 months, and now I'm a multi-millionaire.
We'll teach you how to look busy, sound compliant, and confidently say, we're working on that.
I don't have customers, employees, or a working phone, and I've never been more profitable.
The Child Daycare Starter Kit. No kids, no staff, no problem.
Boy, and Trump says California is even worse.
Did you see that the cop who shot Ashley Babbitt is connected to a home daycare that runs out of his home?
Out of his house?
Uh-huh.
Hey, maybe I'll start one of these.
It has no reviews.
None. What's the risk? I mean, you know, it's only once in a while that he shoots somebody in the back for no reason. This is the thing. There's so much going on. And so many people that we want to see perp walk for what they did. And by the way, don't forget, in the middle of all the conversations about Venezuela, which once, and I hope will be again, a thriving country, a real democracy. The big story that's not getting a ton of attention at the moment, and of course the media always looking to provide cover for these leftist a-holes, is the Dominion voting machines.
Yep.
That, in my opinion, is as important as whatever oil benefits may come from this. We know there was massive election fraud. Anybody that doesn't think that is naive beyond compare or just in complete denial. That's going to be an important part of this. Oh, Anna Navarro cooked Whoopi Goldberg. That's a big meal there. Mark Cumby sends Great stuff. So we'll see what. And does anybody want to hear the voice of Whoopi Goldberg?
No.
I'm a little bit reticent in that regard myself, but Mark sends good stuff. So why don't we trust him?
No.
I'm overruling you. Still my show. Last I checked. And guess what, Pamela? I can share this.
Oh, good.
Eventually, it may take me a minute longer, but I remember.
There it is.
What I'm supposed to do. Let's see what Anna Navarro did to cook Whoopi Goldberg.
So while perhaps no one is going to miss a tyrant like Maduro, is this a legal thing? I mean, who voted for this? Who said, hey, yeah, go on in there and do this? Because originally, wasn't it who was concerned about the drugs coming in and out? And yet he pardoned,
blow it out your ass.
like a giant
Kingpin,
kingpin. And so what is this all about?
The question, who voted for this? The people in South Florida, the Venezuelan community, the Cuban American community, the Nicaraguan American community voted for this. And for us, this is a very, very happy day when we see a dictator who has been part of oppressing and abusing the Venezuelan people for 25 years. When we see him in handcuffs and held to some sort of accountability, it brought me into tears. It brought me great joy. And, I live in South Florida. But there's
all right, so there you go, Whoopi. Does that answer your question? Obama and Biden had a $25 million bounty on Maduro?
Yeah.
But they weren't going to do anything about it because that's where the Dominion voting machines are. So it was all for showing, not blowing, as they say about handkerchiefs.
Mm-hmm.
They're such phonies and hypocrites. Who voted for this? We voted for it. He won the popular vote. He won the electoral vote. Deal with it. By the way, how's everybody doing with those Obamacare policies these days? Got to have it. And the stupid Republicans could have gotten rid of it, and they didn't. So, but we're seeing many, many good things happen in real time. Thank you, Mark, for sending that clip. What else can I share with the listeners? By the way, tomorrow night we will be at Baumhauer's for the first time in 3 weeks. So we hope you come and join us for that. There are some new menu items to discuss too. We'll tell you about those a little bit later. Trump is predicting an epic midterm victory for the GOP.
I hope so.
I think he's right. I said this to Mark Robert a long time ago, early on in Trump's presidency. If everything goes to plan, get affordability. You wanted affordability? He's doing it. He's getting it done. And the lower fuel prices get, and the lower the cost of transporting goods to market gets, you're going to see other prices come down too. We are in for a remarkable experience this year. Who's going to vote to end that? AOC. Bernie. Anachronisms from the Cold War, basically. Let's see. Some of the other headlines this afternoon. It looks like they may be getting close to. There's another thing. Suppose as the Dow hit 49,000 for the first time, that thing I think is going to be coming to an end soon. Watch, they'll come up with a reason to hate that. They like he said, and he said it to their faces. I could come up here and say we've got a cure for cancer.
Yeah.
And you would not applaud.
Yeah.
So just be who you are. 352. Want some things from the crap pile today? We never quite get around to everything that we want to cover. Boomer men know they're hard to shop for. I got two things for Christmas that I really wanted.
Yeah.
One was a mustache trimmer. And yeah, it does nose hairs. I don't have those. And this really, I like having nice nails. And I go to that Vietnamese salon in New Orleans when I'm down visiting Janelle, and that's my big self-pampering experience.
Yeah.
But
Did
one
you
time
get a pedicure and manicure?
yes,
Yeah.
and when I was, I noticed they brought out a tool. It looks like an electric toothbrush, but what it is an automatic nail rounder offer
Yeah.
edger thing, and it's so cool. I got one for Christmas. I love
Nice.
it. And even if I suck on the air and everything else is wrong, you know what? He stunk, but man, his nails look good. I may even bring it in for show and tell. I could demonstrate it on TV.
You could.
Why not? I have a client for you for AMS.
Oh,
And when do I have to come back again?
whenever. It's been 3 weeks now.
Yeah. This is amazing stuff that Pamela does at AMS Studios in Prattville, friends. It really is.
Fun stuff. Head to toe stuff.
The thing that really,
New year, new me stuff.
yes, that happily surprised me. And by the way, now's a good time, like the contour.
Yeah, body contouring.
Yeah, now's the time to start that, because after you go through the sequence of treatments, then you're ready for the warm weather season.
Yeah, we're about to run a special on it for the new year too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
By the way, that's ams-studios.com in Prattville one night. Really cool place.
We have a new website launching actually. Once it is live, she texted me today and said, waiting for it to populate, and then it will go live. It's amsstudiosmedspa.com, because our old website developer, social media person, flew the coop with my website. So we made a new one. I'll
Looking
get
forward
it
to
for you
seeing
on copy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And we'll put it on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah.
In relationship news, a Pennsylvania woman is accused of running over her boyfriend with a car after they got into an argument at Taco Bell.
Oop.
The whole incident was caught on security camera. The man walked away with scratches and road rash, and a 12-year-old kid witnessed this whole thing.
Oh no.
So here's the kid and a police lieutenant.
Share it.
And then, of course, I'm sharing it now. Look at that, how fast they did that.
I just hear a crash and I look outside and he's on the floor. The car is destroyed from the front end. If we didn't have this truck, he would have been not alive.
He got out of the vehicle, did the right thing. He knew the tempers were flaring, got out of the vehicle and walked away. Unfortunately, we've seen a lot of domestic violence incidents in the past month. It's a tough time of year. I've said it before. I ask everyone to take a deep breath, stay calm, walk away.
I just don't want to go near walking there because I always go to Taco Bell to get a drink and I don't want to walk it there anymore.
Listen to the man.
Everybody remain calm!
Yeah, we're all a little wound up at the beginning of the year. But that happened to me once. I want Pamela to hear this story. So I will wait for her. What else do we want to tell you? Market up big time. Again today, up 1,000 points in 2 days. This is good. Over 49,000 for the first time. And Brant McDonald will join us at 5:15 to analyze. We'll see how much longer this momentum can continue. There's so much, and you know, give that man credit. He called this from the beginning of Trump's presidency, that early on there would be some difficulty. We had some up and down days, but it was stuff that had to be done to get everything going in the right direction, which is cool.
It was Robert.
Oh, and what's wrong with?
He said that people who are left over in Maduro's administration are firing on their own people. Is that true? I'm looking it up.
Regime change can bring that kind of activity about. But once again, that woman in South America that was given the Nobel Prize says the capture of Maduro makes Trump even more deserving of the Nobel Prize. Maybe they'll get over their libtardism and give it to him one of these days. He's trying to do this all over the world, Ukraine, Africa, other places. That woman that tried to run the guy over in Taco Bell, that happened to me once at an A&W in Chicago.
Oh my gosh, what?
She did have a good reason to be angry with me.
Yeah.
Most women usually do.
You can admit that.
And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She was sitting in the back seat of a car, and we were having a discussion, rather passionate one. And she just decided, I'm getting out of here, and drove over my left foot.
Ooh.
So I put on a real show. I'm writhing around on the ground, and I think my foot, I'm going to have to be amputated and all this other stuff. I didn't feel a thing. Show her my sneaker.
Mm.
But it taught her a lesson. What it was, I don't know. I have no idea what the lesson was. But
Did she feel bad?
Yeah. But it was very temporary. I will admit
feeling
that.
bad. Mm.
All right. It's 4:00 already. And Sam Smith is going to join us?
Yes, he should be here anytime.
Awesome. We'll see what's happening at Impact in 2026.
Well, we have an accident on Southern Boulevard at Narrow Lane, right close to the hospital there. Please watch out for emergency vehicles. Had some issues with the traffic lights on the boulevard near Troy Highway. They are operational now. If you were held up in that backup, that's what was going on. Please be cautious out there this afternoon. We have no other issues that we're aware of. Traffic light to moderate all over the area. Come by Thompson Tractor and check out their incredible selection of used equipment. See the machines that get the big jobs done. Thompson Tractor off I-85 just past Taylor Road. ThompsonTractor.com. Buckle up with the Joe Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
The Las Vegas Raiders fire head coach Pete Carroll. The Cleveland Browns fire head coach Kevin Stefanski. The Atlanta Falcons fire Raheem Morris. The Arizona Cardinals fire Jonathan Gannon. The New York Giants fire Brian Dabble. And the Tennessee Titans fire Brian Callahan.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump and Vice President Vance are touting the positive impact of the administration's economic policies as the new year 2026 gets underway with a view toward the midterm elections. Speaking on the Scott Jennings Show on the Salem Radio Network, Mr. Vance points to the latest GDP report showing that the U.S. economy is on the right track. Meanwhile, the president's trade policies have international investment money coming into the country to help support manufacturing and domestic labor. As for the president, he addressed the House GOP retreat today, saying that Republicans can run strong on the administration's economic policies and expect support from American voters in November. On Wall Street, it was a winning session across the board. The Dow was up by 484 points at the closing bell. The Nasdaq gained 151, and the S&P 500 was up 42. This is SRN News.
Candles were lit on Bondi Beach by families, by children, by people of faith to celebrate a festival of light, a festival from Bible times, one that Jesus himself celebrated, but instead of light, there was darkness, violence, fear, hatred, showing itself at a time meant for prayer and rejoicing. You know, it's times like this that remind us that even with a ceasefire in Israel, Jewish people are being targeted simply because of their faith. And Times like this, it also reminds us why the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews exists, to stand in the gap, providing safety and security to God's people. The fellowship brings together Christians and Jews to be a light to suffering Jews in Israel, the former Soviet Union, or wherever the needs are greatest. Today, Jewish people around the world face these threats and are so grateful for their Christian friends who stand with them. To find out how you can take part in this holy work, visit urgentifcj.org. That's one word, urgentifcj.org.
The Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillips Schimbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillips Schimbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. It's a quiet forecast for now, probably till late week. Tonight, cloudy at times, overnight low temperature down to about 50. Tomorrow, we'll say a sun and cloud mix, but comfortable temperatures. Sure, mid-70s tomorrow, mid-70s on Wednesday, still dry. In fact, even Thursday's high up to about 75, maybe some isolated showers by Thursday. But the main event this week will be rain and the chance of some thunderstorms by late Friday into Friday night. We'll be watching that storm system. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Del Rey to Publix. The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
Here's Skipper at 405.
We had an accident just a little bit ago on East South Boulevard near Narrow Lane, really closer over to the hospital. Please watch out for emergency vehicles there as they continue to work that and clean it up. Everywhere else, light to moderate traffic, and it is beginning to build a bit. We're getting a bit busy on East and East South Boulevard, I-65 and 85, all the usual spots. Keep it here. We will keep you updated. Tommy House Studios is more than just a website builder. They help small businesses grow. With 25 years of proven results, they know what works. Visit TommyHouse.com and get started today. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
Putting away my Christmas tree, let the Christmas season stop. Detach the branches, fold them up, and shove it in a box. Putting away my Christmas lights in a plastic storage tub. And when I pull them out next year, they'll be all tangled up. Gonna stack it all up in the basement by the stairs. What is where I won't remember when I'm looking in December, putting away my Christmas tree at the start of the new year. This is the final Christmas song that you will have to hear.
It is 4:07. How are you doing with that, by the way? Getting down all the holiday stuff.
I haven't gotten all my stuff down yet. I have it kind of collected in one area for the most part. I have to take the trees down, but I've got to have time to get all the totes in from the shed and take everything down.
My tree still smells great, and it's cozy.
I know. I'll miss the lights. There's just not a lamp that projects like a Christmas tree.
I got the little small artificial tree with lights, and I change it seasonally.
Yeah.
And most of the stuff that's on it has some connection to Janelle or my beloved dogs and that kind of thing. It's a comfort thing. Makes me happy. Happy memories.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now that Maduro is out, there's about a half a dozen other countries. In fact, this afternoon, the Iranian police joined the protesters. That's an indication that the wind is blowing in a different direction there. You could say you could see this demand for freedom, knowing there's one country in the world that will support you, spreading around the world. Yet they want to impeach him for taking Maduro out, the Democrats.
They want to impeach him over anything.
You're nuts. Stop with that. Just stop. Just stop. They've got no ideas. They have nothing to run on except hating Trump. Have anybody heard a
Well,
great...
when you hate yourselves, that's what you do. You project.
That is a brilliant comment, because that's exactly what that's all about. These are my nickname for them for years has been the American Les Miserables. Les Miserables.
Sammy's here.
Hey,
You can come back.
there he is, the man, the myth, the legend. Sammy Smith from Montgomery Performing
Sit on
Arts
that
Center. Welcome to the show. We'll get you, pick your mic, whatever.
Thank you. Oh, look at this.
Oh, entertainment. I kept that last list you gave me right through the end of the year. It was great to have that as a reference. Needs a little tighter on that mic there, my friend.
The Chris Jansen show is pressing. And of course, I'm sure you want to converse about February 12th.
Kamala.
Oh!
So you say it to my face now.
No, I didn't check.
You're off camera. You got to be in front of the
I'm
camera.
sorry.
There you go.
Okay.
Trump's behind you.
How do you
got-
like that? Now
got the
we've
best
got
seat.
we've got two good-looking men on TV.
That's funny.
And we have a call. So let's go to Bill, and then we'll talk about impact and what's happening in 2026. Bill, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I hope you guys are doing well. I just want to make a comment and a statement. Trump is closing in on the Democrats who are corrupt.
Yes.
Maduro was corrupt. They're hiding stuff down there in these countries. And he is seeking them out, not just one thing like drugs or corruption, but they're all combined. And all this stuff is going to come out slowly. It's dripping, dripping, dripping. But Maduro, Obama's behind this. The Democratic Party's behind this. There's connections, and they're getting very, very worried.
Yep.
Yeah, and part of this, as David Blackman pointed out yesterday, this is going to cut off. The cartels have been part of the funding for a lot of the Democratic Party.
Yes.
And my hunch, based on preliminary investigation, is that the big prize beyond the oil are the Dominion machines and the election interference that they've been doing out of Venezuela for years.
Yes, they're part of it as well as others, and it's combined. And once they hit the domino, it goes to another one and then to another one. And it all comes back to the Democratic Party. Now, there are Republicans involved, too. They call them rhinos or whatever. They're in there. They've been paid off. But Trump has got the goods on them, and they are pissing their pants.
Yep.
Good. Good. This is going to be such a machai when it's all done.
It's going to be a great year. I'm telling you, it's going to be frustrating in one way, but you're going to start seeing people go down. They kept, wait. This is the year when the hammer slams.
Can't wait. Can't wait. I mean, how beautiful was it? Yesterday morning, Timmy Waltz, there's a rumor, well, he may not run for governor because of this mushrooming Somali daycare scandal and the billions, not millions, billions of dollars that have been stolen from all of us. These are federal dollars.
Correct. And they can't account for it. So he's in it. There's so many people involved. I'm not saying it's all Democrats, but I'm telling you 90% of the Democrats are in all of this. Stacey Abrams, it goes up to Letitia James, Fannie Willis, Kamala Harris. It spreads around, and it's all connected about money.
Stacey Abrams got $2 billion, and the only thing that was listed as an expense was a meeting with an attorney. But where did the rest of that money go, Stacey? You couldn't have eaten all of it, so there's got to be something there.
I think she did eat all of it if you look at her.
It's just unbelievable. And they've been getting away with it for years and years and years, and it's time for this crap to end. Enough.
For a generation, Greg. For a generation, it's
Yes.
been going on.
Yes.
And we are going to be seeing things. Trump has got 3 more years left. Now, they're still trying to kill him. They're still trying to impeach him. They're just trying to do this and do that. And like you said, if he cured cancer, they still wouldn't be happy because he is closing in on their bull crap. He's closing in on it very quickly, and they're getting very nervous. I saw Obama the other day. He was making a comment, oh, if I did this, what Trump did in office, they'd be coming after me like, Obama, you're the one that split this nation in two with Islam. This is a Christian nation.
Yes.
Islam is welcome here if they go by our laws. He has tried to divide this country. He's funneled money to Iran. He's got money offshore accounts with the Clintons. Even the Bushes might be involved. And definitely the Bidens. I'm telling you, Trump is closing in on them.
I love it. I love it. And I think we're just getting a preliminary appetizer on the main course that's coming throughout this year.
Yes.
We will be
Tommy
celebrating.
Tuberville comes here and becomes governor.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
They're going to clean up Montgomery a little bit. Maybe Mayor Reed can give up some of his travel documents showing where that money went.
Oh, yeah. I think, we had Senator Tuberville on several months ago, and he says, Greg, the cavalry's coming.
Yes. And it's not about people like, color, religion, this and that.
No.
It's about America, and it's about being fair, and they are just pushing us down with taxes and taxes and taxes, and you can't say this and you can't do that, and you can't breathe unless we tell you to breathe, and it's just like no, all this, it's gone, it's over, it's done.
Awesome.
So I just wanted to say that.
That was a great call. Great call.
God bless you guys.
Thank you. God bless you, sir. So, Sam, you're always in talks, you always tease surprises and stuff, but schedule for 2026 at Impact is starting to shape up.
Yeah, we've got a lot of cool shows coming up. Starting January 15th with Ali Sadiq, comedian. And that show has been on sale for a couple of months. It is almost sold out. So some of your listeners will probably be familiar with that name. And then January 16th, we talked about that for months. Chris Jansen, country artist. We still have tickets for that show available. And, if you're a country music fan, especially a modern fan, his songs, Buy Me a Boat. He's the guy. So we have that January 17th, Black Jackets coming back with Pink Floyd, The Wall album.
I'm ashamed to say this. I have not seen the Black Jacket Symphony show yet.
Really?
Any of them. I just haven't been able to.
I saw a Led Zeppelin one.
Yeah.
Super good.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would have no idea. I really do want to see one.
Well, you know a guy, right? Yeah.
Pink Floyd's a good one.
Yeah.
I never, ever expect freebies.
The Black Jacket Symphony, Alan Sanders has had them come for decades now, and they do a really great job. They always have fantastic musicians, and it's always a great show. The Fleetwood Mac show seems to be the biggest one of the all that we have. But we've had Van Halen, and we've had Prince, and we've had just about everybody. So, we're not really a cover band venue. We want to try, but Black Jacket is the exception to the rule. So, anyway, they'll be here on January 17th. January 23rd, you may remember this guy, Greg, Lance Burton. He's a world famous musician. And he used to be on Johnny Carson all the time. That's how he got his start. And he has younger apprentices that are his friends. And so we're going to have a big magic show on the 23rd.
Magic.
Wow. Yes. And he's, Lance was as big as David Copperfield before David Copperfield. So, he's had a very long storied career. And
lame ass story alert. Did I ever tell you that I was in a David Copperfield illusion?
No.
I'll tell that story a little bit later.
All right.
Remind me.
All right. I know you're excited about this next date, the February 12th. We have Vice President Harris coming to the theater, and she's doing her book tour. It's a conversation with Kamala Harris.
I have said nothing negative about it. And if people want to, in fact, I checked ticket sales not long ago. It seems like it's selling.
It is. Yeah, we're selling a good bit of tickets. So we still have tickets available. But VP Harris is on a tour, book tour. She's written a book and about her presidential campaign, and that's what this is about. So we're excited to have her here. We've had President Trump, we've had President Bush, we've had Senator Tupperville. We have everybody. So
I would, you would never get cheap jokes from me about Kamala Harris coming to town, like opening up a word salad bar outside Impact that night, or I would never do that. That's not my style.
Well, you know,
and I'm a free speech believer.
Well, sure. Well, you know,
Free
even
mumbled speech.
Where's your will to be weird? I mean, even if you're a conservative, come see what she has to say, or you know, whatever.
This is funny. There's a great old theater in New Orleans. I think it's the Orpheum. Not sure if that's the right name, but I was driving around with Janelle at Christmas time. Guess where she's going to be? At that theater the day after she's here.
Right. Yeah, she's hitting the Southern tour. I think the night before she'll be in Birmingham, and they've done really well there. That show's already sold out.
Wow.
So, and we're expecting this to do as well. So, but tickets are still available for that.
I love the idea of the magic show.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. I don't know if he can make my waistline disappear or not, but we're gonna see.
Are you in a hurry?
No.
Why don't we pause here, come back and go over more of the schedule?
Sure.
And I see a name on the list that's coming April 12th.
Sticks!
I used to work for them. Have I ever
Really?
mentioned that to you?
I don't think you have.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Everybody seems suitably unimpressed too. All right, we do have to break here at 4:20. We've got traffic with Skipper. Sammy Smith from Impact is our guest. Any questions, comments, whatever? 2729228.
Traffic is brought to you by Chad's AC Direct.
Call Dad. No, Ella, call Chad.
Call Chad's AC Direct today for the best option with your heating and air.
Well, traffic continues to build this afternoon. We did have an accident earlier, East-South Boulevard near Narrow Lane. We believe that one is out of the way now. Light to mostly moderate traffic everywhere around the city, but we're not really hearing of any other problems with traffic. I-65 and 85, light to moderate. Prattville Millbrook Wetumpka reporting light to moderate traffic flow. McKinnon Toyota has the largest inventory ever and the lowest tax rates in Alabama. It's worth the drive. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
I'm Jim Smith with Adams Drugs. At Adams Drugs, we offer a wide variety of services, including delivery, compounding, wellness clinics, and immunizations. Now is the time to visit any Adams Drugs location and get your flu shot. Getting an annual flu shot can help prevent you from getting the flu, reduce the severity of symptoms if you get the flu, and prevent serious complications such as hospitalization and death. Getting your flu shot at Adams Drugs protects you from getting sick, but it also makes sure that those around you, especially those at high risk, remain safe. Each year, up to 49 million people in the U.S. contract the flu. Depending on the flu virus's severity, deaths as a result of flu complications could skyrocket to 79,000 people nationwide. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for a location nearest you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free. E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free.
At E-Bike Oasis, we're more than just Montgomery's best electric bicycle store. E-Bike Oasis offers free 1-hour electrical bicycle rentals and a full-service electric bike repair shop. Stop by E-Bike Oasis in Montgomery today for free rentals, repairs, and electric bicycle brands in town.
Hey, this is Troop with Heirloom Jewelers. I've been advertising at Blue Water for going on 3 years now. Since starting advertising at Blue Water, we have seen our business grow exponentially. And if you would like to see your business grow, I suggest advertising at Blue Water Broadcasting.
Radio reaches over 90% of everyone in the river region. Shouldn't your ads be out there where your customers are? Call us to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Live local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
There's no business in show business to live events we can't go. Movie theaters won't open in the U.S. till January. Broadway is shut down. Don't even
And showbiz is what we're talking about now. And a little bit later, we'll be talking with the Movie Maven about some shows that you may be interested in checking out. And don't forget Movie Maven VIP page on Facebook to contribute your suggestions or offer critiques on stuff you've watched. A lot of good dialogue. We'd like to really see that thing take off. And all opinions are welcome. So Sam Smith from Impact is our guest. We are talking show business. You mentioned, God, the name.
Lance Burton.
Lance Burton.
Lance Burton. Right.
Magic shows I've attended. It's been a while, but I've attended a couple of those, and they're so much fun.
I want to get hypnotized. Wouldn't that be cool? To just do something hilarious on camera and you have no memory of it?
Watch this. This is going to be the line.
You can do the same thing on a Saturday night at the pub, right? Not even remember it.
30 years ago, all you would have had to do was look at me. I'm not a hypnotist anymore. But anyway, David Copperfield came to the Gleason Theater, which is a famous theater. In fact, the Jackie Gleason show used to be televised from there on Miami Beach. And they picked local celebrities in South Florida to be in one of his illusions. And I was one of the lucky ones.
Right.
And I brought my daughter and my morning partner, Susan. It's the three of us there. And the illusions are amazing because he really gets the crowd to put their attention where he directs it. And then this amazing result happens.
Right.
I don't know, how did he do that? Well, I found out. So they for the finale, he said, well, you have some local celebrities we're going to call up. And he mentioned, the mayor of Miami Beach and from 10105 Light FM, Greg Bundle. And you could hear a snicker in the crowd. And of course, my daughter's there. I'd like this to be a little prestige. Be proud of your old man, little bundle. So I walk up the center aisle to the stage, get on the stage, and say, "It's Budell, sir." I had to. I was embarrassed. So they put 13 seats, 7 in the front, 6 in the back on a riser. Everybody takes a seat. And he does his thing with the closing of the curtain and blah, blah, blah. Once the curtain closed, he's got a whole team of people. They say, this way, this way, this way. Move as fast as you can. This way, this way, this way. So we're going down corridors that were created like crazy. They bring us around to the side entrance to the theater. They open the door. I said, just go in and stand there. We're standing there, and all of a sudden the spotlight comes to us, and the crowd goes nuts. Not because we're celebrities. They just were that fooled by the illusion.
That's funny.
He made 13 people disappear. We reappeared, and it was like, wow, that's how'd you do that?
But they had closed the curtain.
They closed the curtain on the 13 of us so they could sneak us off. So it's not like some unbelievable thing.
Sure.
Right.
And afterwards, he thanked us, and he said, I just want you to know that if you ever tell anybody how I did this, I will have to kill you. And he was a guy that could give you that look.
Sure.
I mean,
he was odd.
A mafia face.
Yeah.
So I didn't say anything. I just said how much fun it was. But I am under an obligation not to reveal. But when I came here, I'm safe here. I haven't had anybody. I've told the story once or twice over the years. But
you're not being followed yet.
He did have a unique look, didn't he?
Yes.
It's kind of Hamilton meets Pee Wee Herman.
That's a great metaphor. And you know, there were some unfortunate stories about him a few years back, but I don't remember the details.
Right.
May have involved a woman.
Supermodel.
Yeah. What kind of magic? Well,
it's going to be all kinds of stuff, and it'll be interactive, and they'll have some kid stuff too. So it'll be good for all ages and for the whole family. But I think his big claim to the fame was back before anybody did it, making airplanes and cars disappear. I don't know if they're going to do that here in Montgomery, but
I've got a few women that would like me to disappear.
well, my girlfriend can make my checkbook disappear, so she must be one as well. But nonetheless, it's
You and I have
it's
so much in common.
it's going to be a very good show, and we're really excited about having that here. That's not something that we have all the time. No,
there's something for everybody here.
Yes.
There really is.
And there's plenty of tickets available. So you can go to Ticketmaster.com and get tickets for this, or you can go to impactonline.org, or you can call the box office at 481-5100, and Jessica can get you tickets there.
Looking a little further down the road, on March 2nd.
Yes.
Tell me about that one.
So this show is the rock band Tesla from the 80s and 90s, with Brother Kane from Birmingham, Damon Johnson. If you're familiar with him, I know a lot of your listeners are. We've had Brother Kane at Impact several times, but not in this configuration with Tesla. So we couldn't be more excited about having them in town. That should be a really big night. Hair Metal City. So,
And then in March, you've got some great music coming in. Stomp.
Yep.
I've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
That was in, I think I saw them in West Palm Beach.
Right.
They got a really nice venue there.
Yeah. And this is the 25th anniversary show, I believe is where they're at. And it's a musical, and it's very interactive, a lot of drumming. They've got garbage cans and buckets, and, and it's rhythmic.
Wow,
and
those Spike Jones kind of.
Exactly.
Wow.
Right. And so that's going to be March the 11th. And then March 12th, personally for me, I'm kind of excited for this show, is Christopher Cross. He's, from the 70s, it's very yacht rock, but
I was just going to say, he's really the poster boy for yacht rock.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, with all the songs that he had, and, the theme from Arthur, the movie, and I'm just going to see if he'll let me do the Michael McDonald parts on his fly by the
Oh,
Wind.
you took the words right out of my mouth.
So we'll see if he'll let me do that. But
remember that era? Michael McDonald was like the backup vocalist on every song that came out.
Yeah.
So we did a thing once. Back then, I could hit an upper register in my voice. So we did a thing where we added Michael McDonald background vocals to all kinds of songs.
Right.
What would Thriller have been like if Michael McDonald had just been part of the background vocals on that? And it was fun stuff. But Cross is a solid artist, and for people who like a nice evening of music.
Well, we had Michael here. I want to say 2011, 2012, and some of us were backstage, kind of doing our impression of him, and he heard us. So he just turned around and laughed and kept playing,
Hey, we would love to get him on the morning show or something before his concert, just to
Christopher. Yeah. Well, and I'll get my minions on that for you, because we do have some opportunities with that.
Good.
But March 18th, we've had the Shin Young, the Chinese ballet, will be back. March 22nd is Get the Lead Out. It's a Led Zeppelin tribute band, and it's not affiliated with Black Jacket. And these guys look the part, and they're phenomenal. So if you're a Zeppelin fan, you can't miss that show. April 12th, obviously, we've talked about this a month or so ago. We've got Styx coming back, Tommy Shaw and everybody and the boys. So this is at least the fourth time they've been here back at the Impact. And we only have a small handful of tickets left. I mean, this show has almost sold out, and as well it should. You know, it always does. Every time Styx is here. And then April 17th, we have Little Feat, and they will be here on the 17th. And then we talked about this last month, May 13th, Chicago will be here. And
I want to see them again. You know, it blew me away because they were at Impact. How long ago was that?
2017, I think it was. Yeah,
really?
It's been a few years. Yeah.
Boy,
It feels like it was just 2017.
Yeah. Well, it does. That's right.
Really, it does.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Right.
You're 100% right. They were amazing. And here's the thing. There are several surviving band members, mostly the horn players.
That's right.
They're in their mid 70s.
Oh, yeah.
Blowing their guts out on the stage like they had the lungs of an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
That was one of the best concerts I've attended since I've been in Montgomery.
Right.
And that's one I really do want to see.
And we've had, they've been here several times, and every time they put on a spectacular show. I watched a documentary the other night on Prime about Chicago and from the beginning to the present, and it's really crazy. I mean, those guys have been playing for over 50 years. I mean, they started in the 60s. And
there's a movie with Larry David. I can't remember the name of it offhand, but it was made recently where he plays this ad executive. He ends up on Martha's Vineyard, and Chicago, the band comes to do a show there. And I can't go into the details on some of the things that happen with the band. It's very funny, but the actual band members do make an appearance in that movie. And even though Larry David politically is like, for me, the worst of the worst, the guy's funny.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You know, I'm sorry he believes what he does. He's wrong, but he has a way of nuancing life that few others do. But that particular moment involving a woman and the band and everything else, that was pretty fun. I got to give Chicago credit that they went along with the whole gag.
Well, if you watch their bio, it's amazing that they've made it this far, all of them. So there was a lot of partying back in the day, but every time they come to Impact, they put on a show. So we still have tickets available for that show. But they're going fast. So if any of your listeners out there want to go, you need to get you some tickets today.
When I was new in the business, I wrote and produced a 3-hour special about them on the Chicago station I was working at. And at the end of it, and they advertised it in the papers and everything, and it was well done. Of course, the star of the show was the music,
right?
But the little insights and stuff we offered. And Jimmy Pankow, trombonist, his father called me and said, "That's the best thing I've ever heard done on my son's band."
Wow.
I wanted to let you know.
Wow.
That was a great compliment. When a parent calls you, you say, and back in those days, the band at Thanksgiving time would do a homecoming week. So they would book 4 or 5, they'd all sell out.
Right.
And usually by about midway through the show, half the band was shirtless and the women loved that. And it was fun.
Well, I don't think Terry Kath ever played a show with a shirt on, did he?
I don't know.
The guitar player? Yeah, I mean, everything I've ever seen of him, he's
it was great,
he's shirtless.
The thing I loved about the band when they were here last, whoever sang the Kath songs, of course, he died in that very mysterious, whatever, Russian roulette, whatever.
That's right.
Whoever they picked nails his vocals. I mean, it was like he was there.
Yeah, the gentleman that's been there, their guitar player has been with them for over 20 years, and I think the gentleman that took Peter Cetera's place has been there as well.
Whatever happened to Peter Cetera?
I guess he fell off his wallet and broke his elbow. I don't know. And the guy's got more money than he knows what to do with. But I can remember in the 80s, he was everywhere. And duets with Amy Grant and so on. So, but you watch the documentary and you'll find out what happened to him.
And that's on Prime?
Yeah.
All right. I got to send a note to the movie, maybe. We got to check that out.
Yeah.
Can you stay longer?
Sure.
We're talking music entertainment. You can call up and ask Mr. Smith if there's a certain artist or something that may be coming to town or that you would like him to go find. Give us your wish list at 2729228.
That's a good idea.
Who would you love to see at Impact? I think that's a fine topic. There may be a call now. I wanted to mention Don Duncan All-American Auto and Tire. Unfortunately, there will be no more Predictathons this year, but when it comes to partnering up with a group of people dedicated to providing you the best and most convenient service for your car, having a go-to place. Maybe you got a low tire. Maybe the car's making an odd noise. Whatever the situation, the one thing you don't want to have is doubt about who can take care of it. With Don Duncan, all doubt is erased. You work downtown, their location at 408 Madison, bring your car there just for regular service or repair or whatever they do, accept car insurance repair policies, and they'll get you to your office. If you work for the government, whatever, just let them know it's customer service that exceeds your highest expectations. Same for those of you who live in the Millbrook, Wetumpka, Prattville corridor, either location, Mitch Duncan, high atop Mount Duncan on Highway 14. That's the big hill behind the McDonald's, or on Cusada. And of course, Doug Mitchell, my good buddy, has a great crew on Bell Road just north of Vaughan. In fact, I find myself using them more. I even got drive-through windshield wiper service there one day because my wipers were smearing the water around and I couldn't see. And I called Doug and I said, I need wipers for a 2019 Rogue. Pulled up, standing there, snapped them on, gone, paid the bill, on my way. That's how they like to do it. Minimum inconvenience to you. Visit Don Duncan All-American Auto and Tire on Facebook. Join the VIP club. Rich Thomas's next service is going to be free. You can get the same deal from them. As we say hello to Edward.
Good afternoon, guys.
Hey.
I have a quick question for the Impact about the Six Show. Do you happen to know if this tour they will be doing meet and greets in Montgomery?
Yeah, they normally do the meet and greets. If you go to Ticketmaster.com, you'll see that there's a separate ticket for the meet and greets, and you buy those directly from them or from the band's website. But normally they do, and especially in Montgomery, Tommy is very generous with his time, so I know that they set those things up in advance. But you can call our box office at 481-5100, and they can give you more information.
That would be great. A couple of years ago, I was fortunate to win some tickets through Greg's show, and my wife and I went. It was the first time ever seeing them, and that was the one thing I had wished I had looked into was if they had done a meet and greet or not, because it would be great to actually just meet them and shake their hand. But thank you for the information, and I'll definitely go. I'll go specifically to their website and give it a look.
Well, thank you. Thanks for the question. Thanks for your business.
Awesome. By the way, in December, I'm looking at the timeline that's provided to us every day. One of the events on the timeline, it was the 50th anniversary of the day Tommy Shaw joined Styx.
Really?
So it was like the 16th of December, somewhere in there, which meant I knew exactly where I was 50 years ago on that day because I picked him up at the airport to take him to Dennis DeYoung's house.
Right.
I don't think he blinked the entire drive. I don't think it's because of the way I drove. I think it all happened so fast that he was like in shock.
Well, and we get that a lot too. When Tommy's in town, everybody's his cousin or his babysitter, or and we get these odd requests, and so we have to beef our security up just a little bit sometimes. But people are harmless, but they just want to see their hometown guy.
There are baseball players who will not sign or play in their hometown because everybody wants free tickets.
Right.
And I'm sure they do that on a regular basis for a handful of people. But
sure.
They say it's just easier to play somewhere else. We are at 442. Sam Smith from Impact is our guest. 2729228 for any questions. 1819 News follows traffic. Rich's forecast ahead.
We have an accident that has been reported north Bainbridge at Madison Avenue. If you're coming out of downtown, please watch out for emergency vehicles there. Traffic really beginning to build everywhere. Interstates, boulevards, all of our feeder roads outbound, and of course, I-65 and 85 light to mostly moderate traffic and building through the interchange. Keep it here. We will keep you updated. The lowest tax rates in Alabama are at McKinnon Nissan. Plus, they've got 0% financing up to 60 months on 2025 Pathfinders and Muranos. It's worth the drive. McKinnon Nissan exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up. Wendell J-Mac, every Skywatch traffic.
1819 News.
U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville spoke recently at the Gulf State Park Lodge, just a day after he filed the necessary paperwork to run for governor of Alabama in 2026. Tuberville said that his priorities for the state of Alabama, should he be elected as governor, would be to evaluate what is being taught in public schools and colleges. Tuberville said too much indoctrination is going on, and students end up leaving those schools with massive student loans and woke ideology. Tuberville also wants to look into fraud going on in Alabama and says that taxpayer money should stay in the person's wallet or their business rather than be sent to the federal government to be squandered through programs where fraud is present. The senator also said that the West Alabama Corridor project needs to be reviewed since it's only using state money in its construction rather than also having federal financial assistance. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Some of the greatest blessings is just having the people that care about you, to have someone that's just going to love you and make you feel important. They encourage you to be in church. They encourage you to be in prayer. They encourage you to be in your Bible. Now it's a part of my day every day. My house parents planted seeds in me that you can see where those seeds have sprouted in my life and helped change my life.
Big Oak Ranch, a Christian home for children needing a chance.
Walker County Sheriff Nick Smith is confirming the condition of a little boy who was found dead in Walker County, 2 miles from his home in Jasper. Sheriff Smith says that 4-year-old Jonathan Boley did not show any signs of trauma or assault when his body was found this past Friday. An autopsy will be conducted to determine cause of death for the little boy. He went missing while he and his older brother were visiting his father on New Year's Day. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
News is brought to you by Budget Floors and More, your new best friend.
Kick off 2026 with a money-saving deal at the River Region's top pizza buffet. Pizza Perfect. In January, get $5 off any large pizza. No matter how many toppings, you'll save $5. Pizza Perfect's buffet includes pizza as well as spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink for only $13. The buffet is available Monday through Saturday for lunch and for dinner on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. In January, get $5 off any large pizza at Pizza Perfect, Coliseum Boulevard in Eastbrook, available for carryout and delivery.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray to Publix.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Clark Heating, Air and Plumbing. At Clark, they always offer 60 months free financing on Bryant, their highest SEER-rated system. But for a short time, they're offering 0% for 60 months on all brands. For all of your heating, air, and plumbing needs, better call Clark. Alabama certification number 09098.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. It's a quiet forecast for now, probably till late week. Tonight, cloudy at times, overnight low temperature down to about 50. Tomorrow, we'll say a sun and cloud mix, but comfortable temperatures. Sure, mid-70s tomorrow, mid-70s on Wednesday, still dry. In fact, even Thursday's high up to about 75, maybe some isolated showers by Thursday. But the main event this week will be rain and the chance of some thunderstorms by late Friday into Friday night. We'll be watching that storm system from the Blue Water Weather Center. This is Rich Thomas.
The holidays may be over, but the bills don't have to weigh you down. Let ASE Credit Union help lighten your financial load with our special post-holiday loan options. Visit us online at yourasecu.com or stop by one of our branches to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1. WACV. News Talk 93.1.
They did that at the last performance here.
Did they really?
Yeah, I was glad to. It's only a 2-minute and 13-second song.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get flagged on YouTube.
I didn't play them. We are.
Probably.
Oh, I made that at home using AI.
Well, YouTube's on hard times. You really need to give them your money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Barely scraping by.
Let's have a fundraiser.
Well, we have to do that at the theater. We have Ask Gab and BMI. We have every show. It's part of the deal. So
Really?
Yeah.
I always wondered about that. I thought since the band was performing live, that was kind of like covered.
you would think that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Right.
All these years, I never
Too
knew
much
that.
sense.
But I did, God, like 100 concerts with Styx when I worked with them, and I don't remember any contact with ASCAP.
They don't. The bands themselves are really not connected to it. It's the venues.
Oh.
And so and I've been playing guitar in this town for 35 years, and it's the same thing. You'd have those companies come into bars and stuff, and if you're playing a song that was licensed, they'd find the bar.
Oh my gosh.
And they still do that. So, it's part of the big machine.
I once earned extra money for a private detective who was hired to, if there was a pay-per-view TV event, my job was to visit every bar I could during the course of that event.
To see.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I caught them running the event, they were flagged, and then they would follow up and ask them,
But it was a certain head count too. It had to be a certain amount of people that were there watching the
Okay, so you
Yeah.
can buy the pay-per-view, but only for a certain number of people
Right,
to watch
it's
it
like
in an
5 or less.
establishment.
Right.
Ah.
So if it's more than 10 or 15, then you have to pay the
You know,
licensing agreement.
SNL was
Gotcha.
such a culture changer when it first started that nobody went out on Saturday night because you couldn't tape it or DVR it.
Right.
I wonder how they're going to do that for UFC now that they're going to be on Paramount Plus,
I don't know.
because they play UFC. I mean, at like all the Buffalo Wild Wings and stuff.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I can assure you that most all venues that whether a restaurant, bar, hotel establishment, they have to pay that licensing fee.
Yeah.
So, you would think that the group themselves would be okay to do that, but not so much.
I was mentioning SNL. It so impacted in a negative way the bar in Chicago, the tavern business, because there were a lot of neighborhood taverns. They started advertising. Watch it here. Have a drink. Watch it here.
Yeah.
And because they couldn't get people into the places until after midnight on Saturday night. Remember that very, very well. But I don't know if that caused any problems with, fees and that
Right.
sort of thing. I believe it was free.
Yeah.
It's
Things change.
we have a vote for a band
Okay.
from a man whose initials are RD. He wants the Doobie Brothers
Yeah.
to come.
We've had the Doobies multiple times here. I think the last time we had them was 2018, maybe 2019. It was pre-COVID.
Was Michael McDonald and Tom Johnston both singing with them at the time?
No. I don't think so, because the only time that I remember Michael was a solo deal, but I don't know that he's done much with the Doobies since the 80s. But the Doobies would be good, and there's a possibility that we're always looking for that classic rock era from the 70s through today. And, a lot of it has to do with timing and tour schedules. If they're touring in Oregon, we can't get them in Montgomery, obviously. And, I think we talked about this a couple of months ago. We have something called a house show, which is where we go out and approach an artist, bring them in. And then we have rentals where a band will come in and rent the theater, and we're just the venue. And so it all depends on those sort of things. And a lot of times these bands will be coming through and they'll just call us and say, hey, we need a date in 60 days. And it happens. And so that's kind of where we plan those. But yes, we'd like to have the Doobies in again, and we're going to do our best to get them back.
Thank you for setting it up for us to talk to Peter Billingsley on the Christmas Story. We did not.
I got a
get to
great
go to the
story
show,
for you too.
but
Really?
he was a wonderful guest. I don't know if you caught the interview or
I
not.
did. I caught it.
How was the event? I didn't get to.
It
go.
was fantastic. Everybody that came just loved it, and he couldn't have been a nicer gentleman.
Oh, he's amazing.
And the Q&A and everything at the end, people got to ask questions and stuff.
Mhm.
And I got luckily enough to spend a few minutes. We had a cup of coffee and spent 5 or 10 minutes and just chatted. And what a great guy. He really is. And
That comes across.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, the thing that for me standing 6 inches away from him as we're talking is his eyes are just as blue today as they were in 1983.
Yeah.
It's amazing how light crystal blue, it's like an ocean, like in the Bahamas blue, you know? And, so we were talking and, you know, a lot of times you'll find actors that are, for lack of better terms, pigeonholed into one particular, you know, performance. And, you know, he reveres it. I mean, you know, and he said, you know, he started doing this a couple of years ago when they approached him about doing this tour. And he's like, you know, why not? And so, and it's funny too, because I dug out my Red Ryder BB gun that I've had since I was a kid, and I had him sign it. And so we're talking, and he goes, "What do you want me to write?" And I said, "It's an open palette, bud. Write whatever you want, you know." So he writes his name and Ralphie to Sam, and then on the handle on the stock, he writes in big letters, "Don't shoot your eye out."
That's great.
So that's going to be part of my Christmas decorations for the rest of my life.
Cool.
Yeah, but it was a great show, and we had a good turnout, and hopefully we're going to have him back.
Good.
Yeah.
Clint, welcome to the show.
Hey, it's been a while, buddy. But,
Yeah.
That was a good guess. Good old rock and roll in the 70s, man.
Well, we're talking about what's, you know, the schedule for Impact this season ahead, but there's a lot of sidebar stories with these kinds of conversations.
Oh, I'm sure there is. And you work for a band called Six.
Sticks.
What?
Yeah, so man, you're doing good, man. It's been I ain't had a radio in about 3 months.
You haven't
I
had a
finally got
radio?
my radio, and I can listen to you.
Well, I'm glad.
Good.
Good to have you back.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back. But you know, you're talking about Montgomery. I saw a pretty dog night in downtown Montgomery.
Oh, I was with them at the Davis Theater.
Where's
I actually, Three Dog Night is a band that I personally worked with in 4 different decades.
Really?
Yeah. We did New Year's Eve in Fort Lauderdale. We did the Davis Theater here. And it's funny because the first time I worked with them, they were still new and still making hits. And they were cool and they had to deal with the real rock star stuff.
Right.
By the time they got to the Davis Theater, I think it was, it's not Danny Hutton. It wasn't Charlie.
What year was that?
This is 2006, I think, 5 or 6.
Yeah, okay, 5 or 6, yeah.
They're back there and they're doing their own books and, you know, no hassle with groupies and all that kind of stuff. It was really cool to see that. We did a show with them in Fort Lauderdale. And here's the funny part. There was a mafia bar that was bringing in big bands, laundering money to bring in the stars, selling out, packing these venues.
Sure.
But
That's
it was
funny.
They had no dressing room. So they
And you were
used
there?
Yes, they used a hair salon. So we're all hanging out in this beauty shop with the dryers and all the stuff, and they used that as their dressing
Yeah?
room for the show. Yeah.
How much weed did you smoke?
I did not smoke that in those
You didn't
that's
smoke no weed. How much cocaine you do?
Oh,
come on. You
well,
did
no,
some.
that's another story. That's a totally another story, and I don't do that anymore.
That is hell. That's funny. So, all right.
Your dog
But
needs you.
3 Dog Night.
There's 2 right
When
there.
the concert was over in Montgomery, the lead singer, he was wheelchair bound.
Chuck Negron.
Yeah, and
By the way,
and I talked to him on the sidewalk downtown Montgomery, and his what do you call it? The guy that's taking him back to the hotel, and he told me, he said, "Man, I got to go." So, but in the concert, he stood the whole time.
Yes. I got to run. Thank you for the call. I was going to ask, we're at the top of the hour already because time flies when you're having fun.
Sure.
But at the Happy Together show, and I would love to see that again too. Chuck was one of the performers as a soloist, but he did a lot of Three Dog Night stuff.
Right.
And he was amazing. He was like either close to or at 80 years of age, as robust as ever. And I noticed there was it looked like a wire or something that was connected. Maybe that's part of the sound system. But then he stopped. It was like after the third or fourth song, you have to excuse me because this is an oxygen tube.
Oh, wow.
We were like shocked.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That somebody could perform and produce at the level he was on oxygen.
Yes.
But he was real down to earth about it, just a great guy. And in my opinion, one of the top, he's like John Fogerty from CCR. I'd love to see him.
Well, he just played the other night, New Year's Eve show, played a whole show.
Really?
He's 80, 81, 82, something like that. Yeah. So he's still got it going on. Yeah.
He was my favorite for years. And I never got to interview him or anything, but one time I was at Comiskey Park in Chicago. It was in the 80s. I'd been to the All-Star game at 1990, Wrigley Field the night before.
Right.
The White Sox were playing the next day, standing at the will call window waiting to pick up some tickets. He was standing right behind me by himself. Right. He's just a big, huge baseball fan. So center field was no accident.
Right.
We don't have that fantasy.
Well, and that's the thing is we love the older artists, but we're trying to also appeal to people here in town with younger artists and different types of shows. It's tough to try to figure out because, Alan spends all this time trying to figure out which bands are going to come and who's going to come see it. It's a difficult thing because you go, well, I've got this classic rock band. Well, what about the R&B? Well, you get this R&B. What about the country? And it's just a vicious circle. So we're trying to make everybody happy. So, but we're always open to suggestions.
They've got everything from Comedy Alley Sadiq, Chris Jansen, the Black Jacket Symphony, Stomp, Christopher Cross, Little Feat, Styx, the band, and Chicago, and more at Impact. And what's the web address to buy tickets?
You can get tickets for any of these shows at Ticketmaster.com. You can go to impactonline.org, or you can call the box office at 334-481-5100, and you can get tickets for these shows.
Thank you for hanging with us today, man.
Thank you for letting me come in and hang out for a little while, stay out of the rain. Yeah.
Always awesome to see you.
Yeah, you too.
All righty. We're at 5 o'clock. We've got traffic, Wall Street business. Brad McDonald just ahead.
We had an accident earlier at Bainbridge and Madison Avenue with possible entrapment. That has been a while back. We're hoping that they've got that one cleaned up, but if you're coming out of downtown Montgomery, just be advised. Traffic very busy now. Interstates, boulevards, we are loaded up all over the area, but we're not really hearing any issues anywhere other than heavy traffic. Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka reporting just about the same. We will keep you updated. When it comes to the big jobs, check out the new Cat Next Generation track loaders at Thompson Tractor. Got a bigger cab, more torque, more power, and great financing available. ThompsonTractor.com. They're off I-85 just past Taylor Road. Buckle up with Old J Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew. President Trump and Vice President Vance are touting the positive impact of the administration's economic policies as the new year 2026 begins with a view toward the midterm elections. Speaking on the Scott Jennings Show on the Salem Radio Network, Vice President Vance pointed to the latest GOP report showing the U.S. economy is on the right track.
Q4 GDP growth was 4.3%. That blew away economists' expectations. So many people predicted runaway inflation because of the president's economic policies. They have been proven wrong. Inflation is lower than it was when we took office, and certainly lower than it was during the height of the Biden inflation.
As for the president, he addressed the House GOP retreat, saying that Republicans can run strong on the administration's economic policies. Winning session on Wall Street at the closing bell, the Dow was up 484 points. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home.
So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. At PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Did you know that 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February? And did you know there's a good chance it's just hormones? Hi, I'm Evan Bass, founder of Montgomery Men's Health, and I started this clinic to take care of men. If your testosterone is low, then motivation, energy, and drive often follow too. And keeping resolutions can feel like walking through mud. Even more so as we age, these things tend to get worse if untreated. Guys, you're not alone. Your urologist-led support team at Montgomery Men's Health has your back. For years, we've effectively treated ED and low T comprehensively and with proven treatments dialed in just for you. With same-day booking, you can meet our passionate team, and by this afternoon, you'll leave with a plan that's designed to be sustainable for life. The number one thing we hear guys say is, I forgot how I used to feel. Guys, it's time to feel amazing and crush this new year. Call my team right now and let us treat you to an unforgettable experience. Dial 334-440-3663 or go to montgomerymenshealth.com. montgomerymenshealth.com.
Hi, this is Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop. Listen every Saturday to Winning Wellness and learn from experts in different fields of science and technology how nutritional supplements can help you.
Listen to Winning Wellness every Saturday at 10 a.m.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Kusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With us on the news, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. The Trump administration has launched its largest immigration enforcement operation, deploying up to 2,000 federal agents to the Minneapolis area. This move began over the weekend and targets alleged fraud involving Somali residents. Officials describe it as one of the largest single-city mobilizations by the Department of Homeland Security in recent years. President Trump says Republicans have so many good nuggets to campaign on as they try to hold their slim House majority. On Tuesday, Trump spoke for nearly 90 minutes at a GOP policy forum. He spent much of the time defending past actions and joking about various topics. Trump emphasized the success of his 2024 presidential campaign. On Wall Street, the Dow up by 484 points. This is SRN News.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join Medi-Share and save even more than usual. For many families, joining Medi-Share means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. More than 1 million people are now part of healthcare sharing because it just makes so much sense, especially right now. And Medi-Share is the gold standard. Members like it a lot. We know this from member surveys. Medi-Share has been around for over 30 years. It is a proven thing. And if you join before January 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fee. So you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline is January 15th. So call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. Call 844-45-BIBLE. That's 844-45-BIBLE. 844-45-BIBLE.
Just when you thought The Who was past their prime, Roger, Pete, and the boys return for yet another performance. Yes, it's The Who's Too Old to Tour, featuring all your favorite hits like My Palpitations. These chest pains have got me down.
Talking about my palpitations.
I Need My Cane.
Can't walk on stage. Need my cane because of my age. Need my cane.
Yes, The Who has recharged the batteries in their hearing aids for one final tour with hits like Chartered Bus.
Ride this bus if your hair is blue. Gray Line Chartered Bus.
And who could forget Across the Yellow Lines?
No one knows what it's like to be weaving.
The Who's Too Old to Tour.
Across the yellow line.
Tickets on sale now.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. Are you getting ready to put your home up for sale? Remember the 6 P's. Prepare your home by deep cleaning, painting where needed, yard work, decluttering the inside. Present your home to the market through the experienced realtor who knows how to market the home and get it sold. Price the home at fair market value of what the home should bring in today's market. Your realtor can guide you in pricing the home to sell, not sit. Pay for part of the closing cost and provide a 1-year warranty. Buyers today don't have the down payment and all the cost of buying a home without some help. Prepare to look at offers from the marketplace and accept the best offer for your needs. And 6, place your trust in experienced professionals, including your realtor, closing attorney, and mortgage company. For all the details, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 221-2883. And remember, we are now hiring agents, both new and experienced. Call me today for an interview. Bo Goodson, 221-2883.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Go to work for a family that puts God and family first. Wiley Sanders is looking for experienced dump truck drivers. Call them today, 855-777-9785. Drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Lines and be part of the family.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. It's a quiet forecast for now, probably till late week. Tonight, cloudy at times, overnight low temperature down to about 50. Tomorrow, we'll say a sun and cloud mix, but comfortable temperatures. Sure, mid-70s tomorrow, mid-70s on Wednesday, still dry. In fact, even Thursday's high up to about 75, maybe some isolated showers by Thursday. But the main event this week will be rain and the chance of some thunderstorms by late Friday into Friday night. We'll be watching that storm system. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Stevie Nicks, the distinctive voice of Fleetwood Mac. Her style is unforgettable. Her lyrics unintelligible. Stevie's back with all your favorite hits on one big album. It's Stevie Nicks. What the hell is she saying? Yes, all her classics are here. You'll get Henry, and the incomparable digitally remumbled for stereo inaudibility. This is Stevie Nicks at her most nebulous. Stevie Nicks, what the hell is she saying? Available now on Incoherent Records and Tapes.
It was great to talk concerts and entertainment with Sammy Smith from the Montgomery Performing Arts Center. Some great artists coming into town, some great shows. Quite the variety this year. Unfortunately,
Hey, hold on.
my friend Rad mentioned get the Doobie Brothers in, but he said Michael McDonald came solo and bombed, which kind of surprised. He did one of the coolest things any artist has ever done. I'm on the air one morning in Miami, and I get a call from the receptionist that said Michael McDonald is here from the Doobie Brothers. He wants to come on the air, and it's, huh? Are you sure it's him? Oh yeah, no, it's him. Well, his mom and dad lived in Sunrise, which is a suburb of Fort Lauderdale. So he picked them up, and he was going from station to station that played the Doobies and thanking people.
That's cool.
Incredibly cool. He was super nice, one of those down-to-earth people. And I thought it was really awesome. He was bringing his mom and dad around.
Yeah.
That's a family guy right there. Howard Dean has a word for us. at 5:13.
Hola.
Brant in a moment.
Hey, how are you all? Happy New Year.
It's so far.
Yeah, so far, that 3 Atlas whatever hasn't exploded anywhere yet, so I guess we're still doing all right. So yeah, it was a Happy New Year. I haven't spoke with you since last year.
Yeah.
I like that guest that you had on every time he comes on. He's always got some cool stuff to talk about. I love music and whatnot.
He's got great
concert
insights too. Great stories.
Yeah, and like I said, I love music. Been in bands, done my my little flash in the pan. Last concert I saw there, it was, if I'm correct, it was Ted Nugent, which I'd never seen him before, and I've been to a ton of concerts, so that was pretty cool. He
That
put
is
on a
awesome.
great show.
Never
Yeah,
seen
he's always
Ted
good.
live.
Yeah, like I said, I'd never had either. But I come from Vegas, or I grew up in Vegas, and so they used to have on the oldies station, or the classic station. Pardon me. They would have what they call June Fest, and they'd have a bunch of classic rock bands. And so I saw Eddie Money and Joan Jett, REO Speedwagon, the Allman Brothers. Man, it was cool. I love to see all them old bands. So I would love to see. I would love to see Styx, though. Honestly, I mean, they have some great songs. And I'm impressed that you got to do your little stint with them.
Yeah.
But anyhow, I'm rattling.
All right. Hey, no, we appreciate the call. We got to take Brant McDonald here, but good to hear from you, Howard, and stay in touch.
All right, thank you, brother.
All righty. Seems I forgot to do the Howard Dean hello.
It's Brant.
It is the man that we know and love as Mr. Right on the Money. Brant McDonald from Invista Advisors, a man who has been telling us that some of the painful moments and money from last year were all part of a master plan that would create an incredible rebound in the economy in 2026, and it hasn't taken long these last 2 days. Brent, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's pretty simple. So I'll give you one little example or microcosm of sort of what we've been talking about the last several weeks, how 2026 could be a better year. For example, people across this country, Greg, are going to start getting their paychecks, if they're paid biweekly or monthly, let's say January 15th or the end of this month. The withholding tables have all changed for 2026 from 2025 because of the big, beautiful bill. So the masses of people across the country are going to see an immediate bump in their take-home pay as a result of the tax law changes, number one. Number two, people are going to be getting refunds because it was retroactive to January 1 of 2025 with these new tax rates. So a lot of people, there wasn't a change in the withholding on their paychecks. So they're going to get bigger refunds as we get into sort of that March, April timeframe. At the same time, you've got all of this massive capital investment that's going on in the United States, foreign capital coming into the U.S. And it's not just the pledges, that these big companies have made around the world that Trump was talking about. I mean, those are important to be sure. But the corporate tax rate is still very low and significantly competitive on the global stage. So you're going to see more international corporations begin to domicile businesses here in the U.S., bringing even more capital. So I think in other words, you're about to see a surge of liquidity. I mean, Trump is pouring gasoline to this economy. And that's what I mean when I say he's going to run the thing hot. We've seen estimates on GDP projections for 2026 that go anywhere from, say, 2.5% all the way as high as 5%.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see if we didn't touch 4 sort of on an average annualized run rate at some point this year. So I think the market senses that. We've talked about a broadening out of this market rally, which we haven't seen much of until here in the last few months. And so this is what we're seeing is a cyclical rally. If you look across the board at all the sectors that comprise the S&P 500, just about every one of them are firing on all cylinders. Particularly, you look at industrials, you look at basic materials in the raw material sectors. They're doing extremely well. I mean, just in the last 2 weeks, as an example, the U.S. materials sector up 10%. Those are people like DuPont, and a whole host of just the industrial material manufacturing companies who produce all the things that are needed for construction and what have you. I do think the market is also taking a little bit of a sigh of relief in the fact that we took Maduro out. I mean, we saw that this was probably coming over the last 6 to 8 weeks. There was probably a little nervousness on how that would go down, but so far, everything remains calm in Venezuela. I think if you start to see things come off the rails in the country, or if the U.S. were to lose control and there were social unrest, then that could create some problems for the market. But so far, we haven't seen any indication that that's going to happen. And again, I think, remember too, we're in the first quarter where we're about to go headlong into fourth quarter earnings reports. I would suspect in the next week or so, we're going to start getting a ton of earnings reports, not just representative of the fourth quarter, but also that'll close out the year of 2025. And I think you'll also continue to hear from CEOs, because remember, the last time they reported was in that October time frame. Now they have a lot more visibility as they going into this new year. So they're going to be holding conference calls talking about the entire calendar year, what their end markets look like, what their consumers look like. And so I think that is going to be a significant piece of what gives us sort of a market direction, if you will. And then, I think too, and I'm going to reiterate it again. I mean, that we got a GDP report some weeks ago that was in the 4 range. And then we also had a CPI report that was much better than expected. So, I just think that so far things are looking pretty good. I mean, in this week we get some data. We get the JOLTS numbers, which will be good. There's a lot of data, but JOLTS is a big one. That'll come out on Wednesday. We get, of course, the weekly jobless claims numbers. And so on and so forth. But then on Friday, we get non-farm payrolls, which is nice because this will be the first sort of back-to-back month we've been able to get this data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And so we'll get non-farm payrolls. We'll get, of course, that comes with that unemployment rate and so on and so forth. So that'll be market moving as well.
The one tidbit you dropped in this conversation that I was not aware of was the change in the withholding tables and that people will see more money in their paychecks. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be subtle. I also think you're going to see things, listen, the no tax on tips, the no tax on Social Security. This is going to impact a pretty large swath of the country, if you will, in a pretty big way. And so you're talking about billions and billions of dollars that is going to go back into the economy instead of coming to the government. And and the last thing I do want to remind everyone of, the Supreme Court's coming very close to wrapping up the entire case around tariffs and whether Trump was allowed to do what he did and all that. They'll be taking opinions on that case on Friday, and I suspect that I would be surprised if we didn't get resolution on that, or at least from the Supreme Court's perspective, sometime by the end of next week or sooner.
Well, everything they predicted on the tariffs, of course, it's all from the Trump hate side, whether it's his power to do so or the impact it's going to have on prices. Last I checked, inflation has come down, period, to a much more normal level. They got nothing. But I'm going to be very interested to see if, for whatever reason, the Supreme Court overrules him on the tariffs, how that's going to impact the markets.
I don't really think it's going to impact it in a major way, only because, I mean, the president clearly has within his purview and his rights the ability to exert, you know, whether it's capital controls or taxes on trade. There are a whole host of other things he could do. Where it might impact are some of the deals that he struck, some of the trade deals around the tariffs. You know, and again, people who talk about the tariffs, I mean, it's really sort of getting incredibly frustrating for me, because everyone knew when he came into office, he had a royal mess on his hands.
Yes.
And one of the ways you close the deficit is you have to ignite growth to rising water lifts all boats kind of thing. And therefore the tax base gets bigger and tax receipts go up. But also, if you know, Democrats' way of viewing things is let's tax the people, let's tax the corporations, let's tax the rich, or just say in a basic way, you have to raise taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Trump knew that, but he said it from day one. I'm not going to raise taxes on the American people. You know, he even said, I'd rather have an external revenue service than an internal revenue service.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so what he did is really simple. People ask me about this all the time. The bottom line is, Greg, he raised taxes. Let's just forget the word tariffs. He raised taxes. It's just he raised taxes on the entire world. I mean, and that's the bottom line. It's a one-time adjustment up. I'm sure that it's causing prices to be a little higher than they normally would be, but we've talked about this a bunch. The inflation rate itself is hovering in that mid to 2% range. It might even stay at the 3% range, but so what? I mean, it is what it is, and so. If you've got an economy that's growing at 4%, 3.5%, 4%, and you've got inflation that's running at 2.5 to 3, you can live with that all day long. And certainly if you can keep short-term interest rates below the rate of the real return in the economy, which is that GDP/inflation rate, then you're monetizing U.S. debt and you slowly grind out of the deficit over years. And that's what they're doing. Pretty simple.
Well, you know, one thing I learned from just watching the Reagan years, the government, anytime the government tries to stimulate economy by printing more money or whatever, what happened in the 80s was Ronald Reagan gave the American people back more of their own money and let them stimulate the economy. They bought cars, upwardly mobile. It was just an amazing decade to live through. So,
well, it really was. It really was. And again, back to what Trump was faced with when he came in. I mean, you know, it was over a $2 trillion annual budget deficit. We are still running those deficits, but you have two really horrible options. I mean, you either print money, borrow more money to stimulate the economy, or you cut spending and you raise taxes in order to bring the deficit under control. Both of those are really bad options. What Trump is trying to do here is thread the needle, like really thread the needle by raising taxes on the world, cutting government spending where he can cut, and then putting the pieces in place that would allow the free market system to do its thing and grow us out of this. So that's the key word, grow us out of the mess. And that's through deregulation, keeping corporate tax rates low so we stay globally competitive on a corporate basis, and then strategically, sort of tactically manipulating the tax code so that the masses of people around the country get to keep more in their pocket. And that, it won't happen overnight, but that's why I say I think 2026 the train starts pulling out of the station. I think by 27 it's really roaring. But the back half of this year, we're going to start to see evidence of some of the moves, that he and the administration have made.
Brent, we appreciate the time as always, and it's great to have such optimistic stuff to discuss.
You got it, my friend. Hey, y'all have a great evening, and we look forward to chatting tomorrow.
Thank you, Brent.
Yeah.
All righty. And up next, the movie maven. with some things to discuss with you. Ellen Murray joins us in just a couple of minutes at 5:29. Traffic and then news.
Well, earlier today, we told you about an accident on East South Boulevard just past Narrow Lane near the hospital. We understand, or we're getting word that they are still working on that accident, and there is a little bit of a slowdown there. Traffic is really busy everywhere right now. Interstates, boulevards, we're not seeing any issues on I-65 and 85. Just heavy traffic. Same in Prattville, Millbrook, with Temple reporting light to mostly moderate traffic. Buckle up and keep it here for updates. At McKinnon Nissan, get up to $9,000 off select new Nissans. The lowest tax rates in Alabama are at McKinnon Nissan. It's worth the drive. Exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. Police have made an arrest in an early Sunday morning stabbing in Montgomery. The incident happened at an apartment complex in the 3500 block of McGee Place Drive, where a fight broke out in the parking lot over loud music at 5 a.m. 20-year-old Shania Bonner is charged with first-degree assault. The unidentified male victim remains in critical condition. Senator Tommy Tuberville officially filed the paperwork to run for governor on Monday morning. The former Auburn football coach said he did not expect to go into politics, but now he is ready to transition from national to state government. It's time to come home and worry about the state of Alabama, Tuberville remarked. A bill has been pre-filed to ban gender discussion in Alabama classrooms. House Bill 23 would ban discussion of gender identity or sexual orientation in public school for pre-K through 12th grade. HB 23 would also require school staff to call students by their biological sex at birth pronouns. The legislative session begins 1 week from today on January 13th. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
Want that ride that is fun, affordable, and street legal? Check out ETG Outdoors in Montgomery. They have huge discounts on electric golf carts with many brand new units under 10 grand. New and used inventory, financing available, and they service what they sell. ETG Outdoors even provides lithium battery conversions and free delivery with purchase. Whether it's for the neighborhood, the farm, or just fun, ETG Outdoors, 7006 Vaughn Road, or online at etgoutdoors.com. Cruise smarter, drive electric. ETG Outdoors, your ride to freedom starts here.
This holiday, make your home feel merry, bright, and beautifully furnished. Royal Furniture is celebrating the season with royal savings on living rooms, bedrooms, dining sets, and more. Right now, unwrap doorbuster deals and fast delivery. Need credit? Get the Royal Credit for any credit situation. Whether you're hosting the whole family or gifting comfort to yourself, it's the Royal Furniture Holiday Savings Event going on now. Royal Furniture in Auburn, Prattville, and Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values. On FM, on your smartphone, and online, the River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Delete it, just delete it. You better drag those files through your trash can. Don't wanna see one or you won't be president. Come up with the bluff, just play stupid and then delete it. But pretend to feel bad, delete it. Delete it, delete it, so nobody else can read it. 'Cause Nazi Benghazi needs us to fight. It doesn't matter if it's wrong or right, delete it. if you can. Didn't you know this won't help to be the first man? Pretend that you thought that it was all just spam. You delete it. Don't have to show them what you really said there. Just play the tipsy wife, you don't have to be scared. Click erase, they'll just tell us the investigation's fair. You'll beat it. So delete what you can, delete it. So you don't have to go to prison. Send below for to the FBI. Let them know you'll go missing or die. Delete it. Make sure nobody else sees it. I don't care if they prove that they're right. You just keep saying that it's a lie. Delete it.
Watch somebody
Delete it.
on explaining why Cuba is a great model of socialist success. Holy crap.
Success?
Yeah.
Did we change the definition of that?
I think we may have done that. We have the movie maven standing by after Rich's forecast.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For 4 decades, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. It's a quiet forecast for now, probably till late week. Tonight, cloudy at times, overnight low temperature down to about 50. Tomorrow, we'll say a sun and cloud mix, but comfortable temperatures. Sure, mid-70s tomorrow, mid-70s on Wednesday, still dry. In fact, even Thursday's high up to about 75, maybe some isolated showers by Thursday. But the main event this week will be rain and the chance of some thunderstorms by late Friday into Friday night. We'll be watching that storm system from the Blue Water Weather Center. This is Rich Thomas.
When news happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
The Movie Maven's Movie Minute, brought to you by AMS Studios. Relax your soul, refresh your mind, renew your spirit with AMS Studios on Main Street in Prattville, ams-studios.com, or call 730-1268. We now welcome the Movie Maven, Ellen Murray.
Hello. How are you?
Hi. What do you have on tap for us this afternoon?
Well, I promised yesterday that I would talk about the Grace Kelly movie that I watched.
Yes, and on your recommendation, I also watched it. So give us your take, please.
Well, I don't know that I would recommend it to the general public. I just wanted you to see it too. But it's got really bad scores. I didn't look at any of the scores before I watched it, so I didn't know that it was not very well received. But Nicole Kidman plays Grace Kelly, and she just, in my opinion, she can't pull it off. Like, no one can replicate Grace's grace and beauty and charm, and just, I mean, I think the movie did kind of a good job of telling her story, maybe, but I don't know how much realism there is to the France trying to take over Monaco and her having to quit. I mean, I think that's true that she did have to quit acting to be a princess, but I didn't love it because I don't love Nicole Kidman and I do love Grace Kelly. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Grace Kelly was a hell of a woman. I mean, she owned Hollywood. She could have done any movie she wanted at the peak. You know, she just had that aura. And of course, Alfred Hitchcock tried to take her out of Monaco to come back and do a movie called Marnie. I've never seen it. And I don't know if it would have been a better movie with Grace Kelly or without. But she wanted to do it. She loved acting, but eventually declined because of her obligations to Monaco and Rainier, her husband.
True. And not only that, but I think that the role was kind of, she would play this like frigid sort of a psychopath woman. So it wouldn't have looked good for her public persona.
No.
But yeah, Hitchcock was the one who really pulled her out of obscurity and made her a star. And his movies that she's in are the ones that I watch over and over again. To Catch a Thief, Rear Window, and Dial M for Murder.
Yeah, Rear Window, I think, is my favorite with her. That's a real well done. I remember the first time I watched it. I was a kid, and this is a movie where Raymond Burr plays a murderous psychopath.
Mhm.
Yeah, good old Perry Mason, man. Totally different type of character for him. And I wasn't buying Jimmy Stewart as the love interest. Somebody
No.
that beautiful could have had not a middle-aged man, with a broken leg. But she just was such an elegant and stunningly beautiful woman. But, let's talk about Behind the Glamour and the Crown. That's a documentary, correct?
Yeah, so after I watched Grace of Monaco, I wanted to see her with her real face, not Nicole Kidman's close-up watery eyes. And I really learned a lot more from the documentary than I did from the biopic.
The documentary gives you a much bigger and better impression of Grace Kelly, what she gave up to do what she did, the big decision. You know what, part of it too, and I don't think they touched on this in the movie, her father never thought she did well enough. After she won an Oscar, it just seemed whatever great, it wouldn't be enough to make her father happy. But that's an interesting dynamic there. And they never explain what happened. Did that relationship ever reach resolution? She was a princess. She was died before there was die. Would that be true? Wouldn't that be true?
Yeah, absolutely.
You could almost look back and see, like, she became a princess to prove to her father, I can do it better than my sister.
Yeah.
No matter what you think. Like, look at me, queen of the world.
I would not understand it. Now, let me ask you this, in taking a deeper dive on this rather remarkable woman from the 20th century, has it sparked an interest in you to check out some of her other films?
Well, yes, actually. I found out that she won her Oscar for a movie called The Country Girl.
I never heard of it.
I had never either, and it's got also Bing Crosby as her husband in that movie.
Oh my, that's a bigger stretch than Jimmy Stewart.
I wish she had been in a movie with James Dean.
That would have been an interesting match.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
The Country Girl. I've never even heard of it.
Well, I put it on last night, and I watched a lot of it before I dozed off. But she plays a very serious role. She's the wife of this alcoholic theater star who he can't stay off the booze long enough to get back his career back, and he kind of blames her, and the director eventually sees that she's the one who was keep holding him afloat all these years, and it's actually a pretty good movie, and I think she does deserve an Oscar for it.
Well, by the way, I want to remind our listeners that one of the Movie Maven's goals is to come up with diamonds in the rough, gems, things that may have gotten lost in the massive amount of content on streaming services. Recommend something that's worth your time. I see something called 7 Women and a Murder on your list. What is that?
I woke up in the middle of the night and I was just looking for something to watch. I love murder mysteries, as you know, so I put this on and found out immediately it's in Italian. And I used to study Italian. I was fluent for some time, and I've been starting to study it again. So it was good practice for me to watch a movie in Italian, with subtitles, of course. And nobody in it you'll recognize except for the Italian lady who was the concierge in the White Lotus.
Oh, funny.
Oh, I remember her. Yeah.
And who was also on the new show, The Paper. Her name is Sabrina Impacciatore.
It's funny you bring up The Paper. That I don't think that's been.
I haven't heard anything about it.
That was
it was a bomb.
So-called sequel from The Office. It was terrible. I wanted to like this show. I'm looking for a good new comedy. Horribly cast, stupid. Just.
Hey, speaking of good new comedies, I have just put out a request on the VIP page on Facebook for new sitcoms. Like, I need something to watch to relax after work, something that's funny, short, and easily digestible.
Good luck. You
So
need to
if
go back and
you've
watch
got-
King of Queens. There's
That's a pretty
nothing,
good show.
nothing good out recently.
Older stuff is fine. It doesn't have to be new or modern or anything. I mean, I've watched a couple of Three Stooges since that one, and I can only take so much of it at one time. But
You know what? Three Stooges, a woman, that's marriage material. You're really risking a flood of interest from men.
It's funny, but it gets kind of cringe.
That's what my mother used to say.
Have you watched Leanne on Netflix?
No, is that with a famous country singer acting?
Well, no, that's Reba.
But Leanne rhymes.
Leanne is the same kind of thing, but it's Leanne Morgan, and she's a comedian from Tennessee, but she's 60. She is hilarious.
I may have seen a clip of her.
She's blonde, beautiful,
Yeah.
tall woman. I mean, she is so funny and relatable, but it's a sitcom, and it's just one season so far, but they're, the short 24-minute episodes or whatever. She's so funny.
All right, so Ellen, we should take Pamela's suggestion here and run with it.
It's very funny. I mean, so do you remember, I think she's on Third Rock from the Sun. I've got to look up this lady's name, but she plays her sister, and she's originally like a New Yorker, but she's trying to sound like she's from Tennessee. So you got to give her a couple episodes to get with the accent.
Okay. It'll be like Benoit Blanc from the Knives Out, trying to sound like a Southerner.
Yes. It's Kristen Johnston, another tall blonde. But I think she was in Third Rock from the Sun. Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
But she doesn't have a Southern accent, so she kind of works her way into it. It gets better as you watch it, but in the first episode, you're going to be like, "Oh, okay."
Well, I will
I'll
say
definitely
this:
check it out.
having seen Grace of Monaco, it was certainly watchable. She is a fascinating person. It's a real story. You may like the documentary a little bit better than the actual movie, but it shows that Nicole Kidman has not always made great choices in films, because we all remember Bewitched like 20 years ago. Oh my God. I didn't think
You
anything.
can't touch the original
No. And the movie was stupid. Well, Will Ferrell was
with Will Ferrell. Ugh.
just an awful.
Although they did always make Darren a little bit ugly.
This is true.
Well, Grace's husband, Prince Rainier, is played by Tim Roth, who I think does a really good job.
Yeah.
Even though he's
that
like
would
a
agree.
foot shorter than her, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you for your time this afternoon and the
Okay,
suggestions.
thank
And maybe you'll be at Baumhauer's tomorrow night.
I guess I'll plan to be, unless something comes up.
Meet the movie Maven live at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Thank you, Ellen.
All right. Bye-bye.
Fun segment. Yeah, I see. This is what I love about this segment. Gets people a chance to look at something other than whatever they're shoving down your throat, a lot of which is just plain crap. Gets a lot of publicity, gets buzz. People look at it and say, what the hell am I watching here? So check out the Movie Maven VIP page on Facebook and contribute your own thoughts and suggestions. Here's 547. Skipper may have a suggestion for your commute.
Well, we have reports of very heavy traffic all over the area. Interstates and boulevards through downtown Montgomery, especially 65 and 85 at the interchange. 231 to Wetumpka, very busy. Taylor Road, Fairview Avenue, Mobile Highway, and we did have an accident earlier just past Narrow Lane near Baptist. We understand they may still possibly be on the scene. They're working that accident. Please use caution. We'll update you if anything else happens to slow you down. At McKinnon Toyota, they've got the largest inventory ever, plus the lowest tax rates in Alabama. It's worth the drive. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
Did you know that 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February? Did you know there's a good chance it's just hormones? Hi, I'm Evan Bass, founder of Montgomery Men's Health, and I started this clinic to take care of men. If your testosterone is low, then motivation, energy, and drive often follow too. And keeping resolutions can feel like walking through mud. Even more so as we age, these things tend to get worse if untreated. Guys, you're not alone. Your urologist-led support team at Montgomery Men's Health has your back. For years, we've effectively treated ED and low T comprehensively and with proven treatments dialed in just for you. With same-day booking, you can meet our passionate team, and by this afternoon, you'll leave with a plan that's designed to be sustainable for life. The number one thing we hear guys say is, I forgot how I used to feel. Guys, it's time to feel amazing and crush this new year. Call my team right now and let us treat you to an unforgettable experience. Dial 334-440-3663 or go to montgomerymenshealth.com. montgomerymenshealth.com.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage. For many years, my team and I have worked diligently to provide our veterans with top-notch service, as it is our honor to serve those who have served us in the armed forces. Madeline and I are certified veteran lending specialists. Nationwide, there are over 22 million veterans that qualify to purchase a home through the VA loan program, yet less than 2 million of them currently have a VA home loan. Many lenders do not keep up with the ever-changing guidelines and benefits of the VA loan program. They are intimidated by the program, resulting in many veterans not obtaining VA loans. This is unacceptable. The VA home loan program offers service members and veterans with 100% financing. You've already paid your down payment. If you are currently serving or have honorably discharged, we would love an opportunity to discuss how the VA program can serve you. Give Alabama Home Mortgage a call at 567-4223 or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com to complete an application on your time. Thank you for your service. NMLS 1586-368, Equal Housing Lender.
The premier place the River Region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
I used to do celebrities smoking pot, and the way it was written was I was back in my fort when I was in high school. They would pass it to me, and I would do like
do one for us. You have to now. I didn't.
Oh God, I have to remember this bit. This is celebrity smoking pot. It was written in like the 70s, so it was like Jimmy Carter. Yeah, that's damn good reefer. That was the whole bit was all everybody was Nixon. That's really good weed. You know,
I love this.
The whole bit. I can't believe I'm doing it. I'm
Give
trying
me
to
more.
remember.
Give me more.
Here you go, Curly. Why certainly. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm not be doing. I'm trying to recreate this.
See,
Walter Brennan.
Weeds making a big
it's damn good reefer. Yeah, the bud's on fire. The bud's on fire. Mr. Haney from Green Acres. I did them all.
Do it.
Mr. Douglas, have I got a deal for you? A genuine imitation fur-line battery run bong for your smoking pleasure.
I cannot believe I'm doing that.
Mr. Haney.
Now, I still do in my act, though. I do Barney Fife. Boom! What do you call that right there? The forbidden fruit. But I do all the characters of Mayberry in the show, except for Howard Sprague. I can pull him. I used to do him smoking pot. Remember him, the town clerk?
Sure.
Bow
Yeah,
tie?
bow tie.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
Gee, Andy, fire up a fatty. I can't believe you're laughing at this. I should put it back in.
Pot's making a big comeback.
This is the biggest laughs I've done all day.
Pot is making a huge comeback. You got to do it. Craig
I'm
Shoemaker.
going to drop
is our
the
guest.
Love Master and put in the pot
Do
routine
you do
again.
Floyd the Barber too?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you do Aunt B?
Yeah. Andy, there are seeds in my marijuana.
I don't mean to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I think Floyd the Barber was CIA. Just a thought. Here's an interesting comment from the wonderful new mayor of New York. In a resurfaced tweet and video, a top housing official in newly minted New York City Mayor Zoran Mandani's administration called homeownership a weapon of white supremacy.
Oh, yeah. They said that years ago about proper grammar, too.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
white supremacy?
Yeah.
I always was apparently misled that that was just using proper English, which is our language, by the way. And argued that property should be created as a collective good.
Please.
You're going to love this whole collective thing in New York, man. That's coming your way. And it'll be interesting to see if Mandani can even survive this when people wake up to his real intentions. It's so stupid.
I mean,
here's an interesting property story.
Okay.
Nancy Pelosi's husband, the hammerhead, He bought land with federal grants for a high-speed rail system from Sacramento to San Diego. We all know this has been almost a $20 billion waste of nut because there's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he buys the money. Land he couldn't buy was taken via eminent domain. Pelosi's husband then sold the land purchased with federal funds to Dianne Feinstein's husband, who got federal grant funds to purchase the land from Pelosi's husband. Then he sells the land to the actual developer of the high-speed rail system, who purchased it with what? Federal funds. So the people of California and the rest of us purchased this land 3 times, in the process making millions of dollars for the Pelosi and Feinstein families.
Yeah. Nice.
I also think one of them got, let's see.
They're just savvier than we are. I mean,
Well, when you try to think of ways to build your income, whether it's an idea for AMS Studios or some opportunity comes your way, like this future we're building here on News Talk, Anchor Woman, you tend to think in honest terms.
Oh, yeah.
You think, how can I steal money from the government or from the taxpayers? These people have no conscience.
No.
This reminds of another story at the USPS offices that were closed in 2013 in prime areas of California. Feinstein's husband brokered all the deals at a 6% commission, made millions of dollars on prime real estate. I swear, if they devoted as much time to really doing something productive for citizens, we'd all be better off. But they certainly have made themselves much better off. It's just so sick. And I really look what's happening. Pelosi's retiring, right? Tim Walz is suddenly not interested in running for governor. You're seeing these people drop like flies. I think they're just getting started.
Oh, yeah. And we're not hearing from Barack Obama. We're not hearing from Hillary Clinton.
I think
for months.
Yeah. Somebody speculated, I think it was David, said Trump probably called Tim Walz and said, look,
yeah,
you can either run or you can be indicted. We're going to get you one way or the other.
I hope he didn't say it's one or the other. I hope there's still the possibility of indictment, but
and
I mean, he was going to be just embarrassed to the nth degree.
I love seeing these phony Maduro protests. There's people out there, because they hate Donald Trump so much, they're out there supporting a true dictator who took away the freedom of his people, left them with a rotten economy. Socialism always brings shortages, rationing, and everything else, because it's
well. And how many people have been imprisoned,
including here? When is that? When are we going to see justice on that? The whole January 6th farce.
I know.
I would like to see
It's
that
been
in my
5
lifetime
years.
as well. Yeah, maybe sooner. Maybe things are really going to gear up, and we'll see some real action taken. There's people that gave up a big chunk of their lives to sit in jail over an orchestrated insurrection, or as Chuck Schumer liked to call it,
Make no mistake, there will be a trial, and when that trial ends, senators will have to decide if they believe Donald John Trump incited the election against the United States.
Must have been one big one.
Well, we remain very busy everywhere this afternoon. We have a lot of cars on the road still all over the area. We've had a couple of accidents. One on Woodley Road at Narrow Lane Road eastbound. Please watch out for it. I understand they're still on the scene. There are words just a few moments ago. Please be safe out there. We're not really seeing any major issues other than heavy traffic right now, Montgomery, Prattville, Millbrook, or in Wetumpka. Tommy House Studios is more than just a website builder. They help small businesses grow. With 25 years of proven results, they know what works. Visit TommyHouse.com and get started today. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
For more than 50 years, the Tears family's been keeping the river region flowing with Roto-Rooter.
From drain cleaning to septic repair and installation, no job's too big or too messy with a local team you can trust. So when water won't go where it's supposed to, call the hometown experts who've been serving Montgomery for over half a century. That's 272-7130. Or visit roto-rooteralabama.com. And remember,
call Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And we go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
That's our show, but the joke's on you, because we got paid anyway.
I'm going home to live my creepy, pathetic life.
I'm going to have to ask you and your party to leave.
Slap yourself very hard in the face, then leave.
Could you just leave the room, please?
Leave me alone.
Leave us alone. I have to undergo an exit interview.
the circle is now complete.
Everybody's to leave here immediately. And that's what we're going to do. Thank you, co-host Pamela Dubuque. You're amazing. Thank you, Sammy Smith, for coming by. That was a blast. And thank you for listening. I'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning with Rich Tubman and Jay Scott.
Did you get a little tappity tap?
Adios, muchacho.